Welcome, welcome. I am incredibly confused why my Spotify is not being picked up at the moment, but I am trying to fix it. I don't know why it would have just suddenly stopped, but it's playing and it's not being picked up. Really odd. What if I just try a different playlist? Oh. Hmm. All right, well, my analytics page is also not loading. Wonderful. That's my favorite part. Not being able to see things that are important for live streaming. Oh well, I'll have to make do. That's fine. I'm not sure why Spotify is not playing though. It is picking up my mic, it says. So that's good. Spotify.exe. Huh? It's Steam, OBS, Opera, Wallpaper Engine. That's so odd. Is it picking up game sound? No. Uh-oh. That's a huge issue. Um, huh. Okay, well I do have a makeshift solution for the meantime. That's really inconvenient. If I do this and add executable for Minecraft, application audio. Yeah, that goes, but that's really odd. That's great. Love that. It should be 1 and 4. Ooh. Ding ding ding. Okay. Sorry, that might have been really loud. I'm not sure. And then I guess I'll add another audio application capture for Spotify. That one picked up. That's so weird. Okay, well hopefully that's all that needs to be adjusted. Go back to the music I was listening to. Sure, that'll do. Sure hope this doesn't have any copyright problems. Supposedly they're all game sounds or game soundtracks, so it should be fine, but I'm not sure. That should also tampered with here. That is audio output 2. This should be labeled as Spotify. I just tick these all off. Yep. I have no clue why that worked. Okay. So if I switch this. There we go. We're in Coldcraft. Awesome. Everything's working. Look at that. All right. It's a little bit loud. Ooh. And then I should probably also do that random snip, that button, that, and then boom. Look at that. And now we have audio with the title thing. Look at that. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It's having a little bit of a technical difficulty there. I'm not quite sure why it was doing that, but it seems to be at least temporarily okay. We'll see if the other audio sources have neglected to function, but for now, Spotify and game audio seem to work okay. Although I say that, and they're not on here, so I need to copy these two. Copy. And then paste. There we go. Cool. That's better. I think that's good now. I think I just had it on a different scene, so my audio tracks were different. I just needed to copy and paste it. I think we should be good now. Hopefully. Yep, it looks like it's working. Okay, cool. We'll pretend like it's perfect. All right, doing better. Awesome. So yes, new project today. I'm pretty excited about. If you can guess the theming, we're going medieval. I've got a series of projects lined up, actually, in addition to just this one. So I believe I mentioned in one of the previous streams that we were going to be helping the other Coldcraft members finish their bases that they didn't get to. And this is the first one. Geofreak, I think that's how you say their name. Geofreak was making this wonderful medieval ruins, and we are going to be completing that. And I've injected some lore into it that I have yet to really talk about. And I don't know how much I'm going to get into in this stream, but we're going to do the preparation for the rest of the materials. So I actually thought there was less done in the world than there actually is. There's quite a bit done. In fact, that's most of the structure. It's mostly just details and landscaping. So we might have to do some more, or do something else, since that is so close to completion already. But I think the first thing I can really do, let me grab a stick. That's going to be important. Turn that off. There we go. I have no good memory, so I have to use light manica here, but it works for me, so I'm using it. I'm not ashamed to admit my faults, though I am too ashamed. I have 0 sticks in my inventory, or my storage, so I have to go steal a stick from someone. Corey, you are the victim. As per usual, I go to her for stealing all of their stuff. I'm assuming it would be downstairs. I don't know why I'm going up here. But yes, we've got a new skin. We've got a new storyline building. It's going to be a whole ton of fun. I'm very excited about this. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go about it, but this is going to be a lot of fun, I think. I'll just do that. That works. Hey, thank you. Welcome in. I do appreciate that. I'm a little bit tired today. I stayed up way too late. But I should have enough energy to stream, fortunately. Yeah, hopefully... Thank you. I've got a few more on the way. I've been a little bit uninspired to make the next one, considering the last time I tried to record it, it was just awful. So I might try to re-record the audio today, but we'll see. I do want to finish that too, because there's a bunch of projects I want to start, and that is one of the ones that I need to have finished before I can go on to it. Why is the thingy? There it is. There it is. Okay. Area selection. Schematic placement. There we go. Okay, that needs to turn. So we are doing a medieval ruins that Geofreak made. They already started working on it, but I am gonna finish this. There we go. Oh, that was almost perfect. Oh, that was perfect. Wow. Look at that. Wait, was it? Hold on. Oh, it wasn't. Dang. I thought I had it. I thought I was really good at Minecraft for a second. I think that is perfectly accurate. Hard to tell. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I'm sure it will go better the next time. I have to figure out what to do with the script, because something about it just wasn't working for me. See, that needs to be... That's correct, though. Oh, but the blocks are different. Gia, what did you do? Okay, so this should be one back. But yeah, I tried to record it and I was just really unhappy with the result. So I need to go back and either more polish the script, or I need to do something with it to just... I don't even know. Like, something was wrong about it. And I felt like that recording just wasn't working. So I guess I think I'll just start by adding some buttons and stuff. I don't want to tear it all down, though. I'm not sure how I want to do this. But yeah, I'm gonna have to rewrite it and re-record some of it, and hopefully that will do better. But yeah, I've got missing features, I've got audio, and then I've got third-person mods, and then possibly performance mods. I'm not sure about that one because I know so much less about it. So hopefully at least 3. What is Coldcraft? The trailer was made in default Minecraft. Wait, hold on. What is Coldcraft? The trailer was made in default Minecraft at night, so I had no clue what was going on. The trailer? Oh, the post. So Coldcraft is a series. It's actually the one that really started this channel, even though I've been doing YouTube for like 9 years. Coldcraft is a vanilla server that has ended, so no longer live. There's no people playing on it, so it's just me, but it's single player now. I'll do the Peter Griffin thing eventually. But yeah, it's a vanilla Minecraft server, but then we've put a twist on things. I really wanted to go in depth with story, so that's kind of what we're doing. We're building a national park up here, and last stream we were clearing out a bunch of land, and I have all these really big projects for custom biomes and like tours and stuff, and I have this big mountain I'm gonna make, and it's a huge project, but I've been working on that project and that project alone on this world. Please don't spam the chat. We're gonna get to it. Don't worry. But yeah, I wanted a side project to work on, and I think this is a brilliant way to segue into alternative projects. Oh, what did you do, Gia? But yeah, I wanted to stem off into another storyline, and I thought, why not work on that while, or why not work on this project as a way to take a break from the national park. And I will be coming back to that. That is still my main project, but I did want to try something a little bit different. It is also modded. That's another thing. Slavic. Yeah, you won't find that here, bud. Bubble just joined your stream in the Discord server. Thank you. There will be lots of sneak peeks and maybe some impromptu streams on there as well. So joining the Discord, you actually do get some extra content rather than just Q&A stuff. That's one of the things I think not enough people do, is they have a Discord, but then they don't really use it. And I really want to take advantage of that tool. So I'm not only pretty much always active, but also there's a lot of wonderfully talented people always chatting on there, and then also we got streams that I will just spontaneously do specifically on there. Do I have blur? I do not have blur anymore. Eventually I'll probably do a Peter Griffin impression, don't you worry. At some point I probably will just whip it out. We'll see. It has to be right. I have to feel like Peter Griffin. Doing character voices is something that I will just, it's just something I can do, so why not just spontaneously start talking in different character voices. But yeah, no, I don't have blur anymore because Flow does a similar thing and they conflict with one another. So my background still blurs when I open it up, but now I have the GUI animations. Oh, motion blur. No, I do not. I do have anti-aliasing, and I have no bed. We're going to take a trip to the national park just to grab that. My cat seems to like staying right here, so we'll see if I lose him again. But yeah, I don't have motion blur on. If there's something wrong with the bit rate, I can try to look into that, but it should be fixed now. I'm not really sure what else I can really do. But I don't have motion blur. I do have anti-aliasing, and that's something I'm not even sure you can notice on stream. I'll demonstrate that in a second once it turns daytime. Oh god, yeah, mods I have, I think 150 or something close to that. Please, 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 please. Yes, look at that. Thank you for the rabbit's foot. So that is what I came here for. I'm going to grab that before I forget it. At the moment, I currently have 151 mods for my vanilla mod pack. Granted, I have expanded a little bit past vanilla at this point. It used to be when I was playing on the server live, or not live, but in a multiplayer setting, there was just a ton, or that is not at all where I was trying to go with this. When the server was multiplayer, I was limited to client-side mods only. But now that it's single player, I can kind of expand and add my own things, because if I really wanted to, I could add like create mod and stuff, which I won't do just because I want to keep it a vanilla feel. So the things I've added are very small. For example, we've got, what's like the big thing? We've got the sniffer eggs. One of the biomes I'm making, I wanted decorative sniffer eggs, and there's no way to keep them from hatching. So I literally made my own mod to add decorative sniffer eggs. So it's, you just cook it in a furnace, and then they're placeable blocks that don't hatch. So I can use them as decoration, and they don't despawn with render distance like entities do. I can laugh like SpongeBob, speak like Mickey, and laugh like Goofy. I can do the first two, but I can't do the Goofy laugh. I can do the Goofy voice though. My average FPS. So it might be the settings for how laggy it is. I usually get an average of 150 to 250 depending on where I am. Some spots are for some reason just significantly laggier, like 60, 50, and I'm not sure why, because the generation, like there's nothing over here that would suggest a frame rate drop. It might just be because I'm loading land if I stop flying, but for some reason there are spots in my world, even though they're just regularly generated areas with no giant farms or anything, that's just for some reason will go down. So like I'm at 70 right now, but I was at 250. So depending on where I am, it's really good. Oh, but if I look this direction, a second ago I was at, yeah, see 130, 140. Where's those frames coming from? I also just have a very good computer, so I can get away with using a lot of mods. But a lot of my mods are also like animation to the UI, or when I scroll, the animation is, there's one there, or shift clicking items, there's an animation there. Like they're really small mods, and there's just so many of them. That's why the number of mods I have is so large. Or how about a mod that independently changes the sun and moon cycle, so you can actually get solar and lunar eclipses. And I've actually never experienced one in game yet, but it looks like we're on the way. Average of 220, still lagging. That's weird. Yeah, I would used to get like an average of 600, 800 with like just sodium. And then I started implementing a bunch of other visual mods. We got better clouds. We've got, I think it's called Kalium for the not astrophysics, not astrology, astronomy, for the astronomy mod, the one that changes how the sky works. Yeah, 225 is not bad at all. I thought it was the trees too. Oh, all of the trees like like, having broken them? That seems odd. I'm not sure. Because, like, when I'm here, it's 80, 104, 99. Like, it's going up. And I'm still where trees used to be. Because this used to be a flower forest, and it's just gone now. So maybe it's... maybe it's because it's has to remember that I've changed stuff. But, like, I go over to the mangrove forest, and I don't get a huge frame drop anymore. That's from leaf culling, or more leaf culling, I think is what the mod's called. The fact that I can still function in this biome is incredible. I never thought that to be possible. Essential is very nice. I like using Essential. But mostly I just use it for the skin changes and the occasional, which doesn't seem to be working. I might need to update the mod. I'm supposed to be able to do backflips and stuff, but it hasn't seemed to work for the last few days, so I might need to update that one. Although it doesn't say. Limit sodium is 290, 360. That's not bad. That's really not bad. Considering that the human eye can only process 24 frames per second, which doesn't really... that's technically not true. Where's my cat? That's technically not true. Or it's not that it's not true, but it's not true in the sense that we're thinking. I don't know how to explain it, but that rule is very specific. I've lost my cat again. Why does he keep doing this? This is an issue. The whole point of the mod for the pets... Oh, that's another thing, the pets mod. It changes how pets behave. The whole point of that mod was to keep my cat... There he is, he's there. To keep my cat there, but now I still have to check, because sometimes he'll just decide I no longer want to follow you anymore. But okay. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about geostructure. I might tear it down and then rebuild it like the schematic is, because nothing matches and I don't know which parts do match. Looks like the music's still working. Perfect. I couldn't hear it while I was flying. I'm going to turn off rendering and I'm going to turn off tool. I don't think it was rendering just because it's way over there anyway, but we're going to go on a trip. I've got extra rockets in here. Yeah, I've got plenty of rockets. We're going on an adventure. Way, 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 way out. Now, I'm not even quite sure where it is. This is a little bit spoilers. You guys are getting some not Easter eggs. I guess, yeah, just spoilers for a future Coldcraft episode, but I'm not quite sure where it is. It's next to a dark oak forest. There it is. Okay, it's not as far as I thought it was. Reminded me of an Ode streamer like you. I watched, he talked, but one day he disappeared. I'm not sure. Yeah, some people just have, I don't know, changes of heart or changes of objective, and the things that they once were doing all the time, they just either can't do anymore or don't feel like doing anymore. If I ever disappear from the world of the internet, I will at least give a farewell, but considering how much of my life at the moment is centered around having access to it, I don't think I'm planning on doing that. Although at some point I probably will go to college or get another job. So I will probably slow down, but I will never cease. Snail must have gone up to him. Maybe. Yeah, this is another one of the projects that we are going to be completing later on. This is Cats for Change. I don't think they have a channel I can refer to, but yeah, they've got a castle in the works that we're going to be adding. And this one I don't have a schematic for, so I'm going to take what is here and then build off of it myself. In fact, that might be what we do today. Hey, Vez. What is going on? Welcome to the stream. Maybe that's what we do. I think that's what we do. Because I do want to do some building, and I don't have any builds to build. Oh, remnants from what used to be here. It's kind of sad having this on multiplayer. Oh, we're going to have to do some landscaping here. Okay. So I think step one. Trying to debate. Do I cheat just to grab the schematic, or do I do this all in survival? So I would need a ton of scaffold. I don't think there's any storage here, so I can't just I don't know what these are for, but I want to keep them there because I think they're important for something, and I'm going to make them important for something. I wonder if those are just there to get views. I'm not sure Cats had a free cam mod. I think I would also like to incorporate that ruined nether portal in some way, just because it's there and it kind of makes sense in a medieval setting. This tower is very cool. I love the colors. So maybe this isn't a viewing spot. What is this? Maybe a tower goes there. Who knows? What can we make it? Yeah, this did not have a ton, or they didn't get a ton of time to work on this, so we're gonna work on it. Give me scaffolding. Give me scaffolding. Ooh, there we go. That's not gonna be enough though. I'm thinking about removing flow until they update their mod. Oh. I'm gonna leave it. That's mean. I would never. Stealing is bad. Don't do that. Except for when I feel like it. I could, yeah. And at some point I probably will. I have some ideas for that. But at the moment, yeah, I'm playing in single player. At the point when I'm finished with either this project or the national park, I feel like I will probably open Essential up to some of the Coldcraft members so they can experience what was supposed to be multiplayer. Like, I was planning on giving tours and stuff, and with it going single player, obviously I can't really give tours anymore. So I have to, I think I'll try this. I'll have to open it up to multiplayer with that. Oh, wait. There we go. Area selection. Nope. There we go. Boom. Oh, that's huge. I'm gonna have to find a spot over here. But yeah, I could invite somebody else, but until I have a full project done, I don't want to do that. Okay, this is fine. I am grabbing everything. I do want to sleep. But for now, it will stay single player. Oh, man. I did weightlifting 2 days ago, and my arms, like right here, are still super sore. But I can feel myself getting stronger. I'm not sure how tall I need to make this. I've also thought about expanding the world height, so I have more options as far as mountains height go, which, why not make that project larger? It's already a ginormous mountain. I've never done anything remotely to that scale. You made me remember that, like, people make a hardcore series like a server, not a world, so you can show your people. That, I had never even thought about that. For some reason, that had never crossed my mind. That's one of the reasons I'm deterred from doing a hardcore series, is once I lose something, it's gone forever. And I am the kind of person who will start 50 projects and then never finish them. So if I ever feel like something isn't complete, it's a hole in my heart that will never be filled. Okay, that grabs the whole castle. I just wanted to make sure I was getting everything. Let me do a double check. I think it's good, though. I'm not going to include these towers just yet. Just going to focus on this section. Yeah, okay. Cool. But yeah, having... The reason why that sometimes wouldn't work is because if you have a hardcore world and it's made around the person who's made it, it's not going to be very well received as a multiplayer server. Like, what would be the point? If it's like, for example, if it's a create mod server, or a create mod hardcore world, and you save the world and you upload it as a server, you make a bunch of farms. I guess it's still cool, but like, you take Imagine Fun server, where it's 1 to 1.5 scale of Disneyland. You have functional rides you can go on. You have characters you can meet. There are quests you can go on for the Disney characters. You can buy foods and get all these cosmetic stuff. In a create hardcore world, you can upload that world, and then now you no longer, Like there's no sense of purpose for the people playing on other than looking around. And I feel like that just wouldn't be very, like that would be cool for like maybe 20 minutes and then what? Okay, let's save this. I think it's area edit. I haven't done this in a while. This is Cat's Castle. That's what the things are called. I've got spoilers in here, don't I? Let's see. No, actually don't. Huh. I thought I had spoilers. All right, let's go to the creative world. That I probably do have some spoilers. I'm not sure. What was the last thing I built on here? Ah, no, okay. I don't think there's really any spoilers in here. How do I delete? I don't understand what I just did. Oh, that's a schematic. Okay, so if I turn this off. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is my creative world. This is all where I practice building and doing random things, and it's not the coolest one in the world. I will expand it over time, but these are like random ideas or builds that I've started. This, yeah, probably from The Witcher. There's been a few songs on this playlist from The Witcher. But like this is from olden days, which at some point I want to use that again because I was really proud of that build. I've got just random projects, an attempted super smelter. There's a city that I built the street of and nothing else. I would imagine ETF and EMF are very laggy. I have not pinpointed... What is this? Oh, that's a factory build. What's that? That's a mountain, isn't it? Oh, I remember this. This is... I was testing out Axiom, and then I scrapped this. But yeah, I would imagine that Fresh Animations is... Or not Fresh Animations, but specifically ETF and EMF are quite laggy. But they weren't laggy enough for me to notice. So I kept them in. I guess I'll build this near the national park. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Let's see, Cat's Castle, load schematic. Oh geez, I forgot, yeah. Any good performance mods other than sodium and lithium, stuff like that. So the biggest one I think that affected me in a positive way was more leaf cooling. It allows me to go into leaf-heavy biomes like mangrove forests and jungles, and the lag I get from leaves significantly decreased. Lightmatica stuff, on the other hand, still very much a lag thing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting better, and a lot of the stuff you just saw there are quite old as well. Oh, jeez. Frames. Yeah, that's a lot of old stuff. I have evolved significantly as far as quality goes and detail goes. Oh my gosh. Move that down like 5 blocks. I hope this doesn't crash the game. That's one thing I'm always worried about with giant schematics is moving them around. It has to render every block. Okay, this should be fine. Oh, that's the wrong button. We should be good. Area selection. Paste in world. There we go. We're good. Okay. But yeah, performance mods. I'll look through it actually real quick. Something to do. We got... I don't even know if it shows all of my mods here. One of my mods makes it so I can't use the scroll wheel, and it's infuriating, so I have to use the manual one. But here's my entire list of mods, I believe. As far as performance goes, Bobby, really good one. That, I'm not actually sure exactly what it does, but it allows you to basically ignore the default mandatory render distance limit, and so you can use more than 16 chunks on a server. I'm not sure if that works in the Minecraft servers or the realms or not, but yeah. I've just always used it, and it allows you to use render distances beyond vanilla. So like I could render 200 chunks if I wanted to. And I actually have done ridiculous values like that. The replay that I did at the beginning of the last Coldcraft episode, I set my render distance to 700 chunks. And because it was a render, it didn't matter what my frame rate was. Unfortunately, there is a limit for how many chunks replay mod will track. So it didn't render the entire 700 chunks, but it was still cool to have a huge amount like that. So, wow, my voice is hoarse. So the thing about frames is if the frame rate is 60 frames and it never drops below 60 frames, you are getting good frames. There's nothing wrong with that. You are seeing a perfectly good stream of constant frame rate. It's just, it looks wonderful. But the problem, the reason why people want more frames is because you get frame drop. So having a ton more frames will, what's the word? Make up for that frame drop. So like I can get, right now I'm getting 480 frames, but if I look this way, it drops down to, okay, well, it's still 400. A second ago, it was down. 295, 300. Well, you get the point. If I look in some places, the frame rate drops depending on what I'm looking at. If it was constantly 60 every place I looked, then it wouldn't matter. So I think, and I'm not sure, I think that's related to GPU. And I'm maximizing my GPU. I don't know how to fix that. I have some mods in here actually that are supposed to help, and I haven't seen a huge difference in performance. Although I haven't seen any freezing recently, or at least any consistent freezing, because it used to be I would walk around and every half second it would freeze for a second, and it's just, oh my gosh, I hated that. Something about its consistency was just a pain in the butt. Here's a good one, concurrent chunk management. These are not individual mods. I think these are sections of the mod. So this is just the one you need. Concurrent chunk management engine. Supposedly, again, I don't know exactly what they do. It's supposed to make rendering chunks much better and much more fluid and smooth. Yeah, coalesce leaves. That's a great one. That's saved my bacon building my national park next to a giant mangrove forest. Let's see. Performance-wise, enhanced block entities. That's another one I'm uncertain about, but it seems to help. It allows for things like chests to render more efficiently. I'm not sure what it does, but I'm pretty sure normally this would render as a block entity, and then when it reaches a certain render distance, it switches from block entity to block or something like that. So it's able to render with less lag. Because normally if you have stuff in a chest, the game has to keep track of that information. But I think if you have like 50 chests, if you go close to them, the game will always be tracking that in case you open one. But when you're far away, I think the mod will instead opt to forget that information temporarily until you re-enter the space in which it would actually become beneficial. So if I'm back here, for example, I can still see it. That's a different mod. That's entity distance. Where is it? Entity view distance? No. Yes. Entity view. No, that's not it. Which one is it? I think that is enhanced block entities. Yes. Probably. I think. I don't know anything about these mods. I add them, and if they do something, I keep them. As long as they don't break and they are optimization mods, I don't see an issue with having them. So a lot of these things, I don't really know what they actually do. Fast Anim utilizes some extra code to make entity animations better. I haven't seen any specific examples of when that has affected the game to a large value. My game runs very well, so seeing things that these individual mods increase probably doesn't affect it all that much. Like, I'm getting 400 frames over here. If I go back, my frames are dropping, but I can't tell if it's because of the distance I'm looking at this chest. Oh, and now it's like 400. Like, while I'm moving, the frames go down, and then I stop moving, and they're back up. So it's really hard to, like, what's the word? Debug what things are improving or complicating the game's code. That's not the right button. Elytra bug. I don't think that's performance, but that... Okay, so this mod, basically, if you have an Elytra on, you're spamming the jump button in a too tall hallway, then it will prevent you from going in glide mode, so you can actually spam the jump button. Hi, Lion. Welcome in. Oh, man. It's been, what, half an hour? 40 minutes, and I'm already losing my voice. That's a great start. I don't know what Essential does for frame rate. I think it just adds a few features, like multiplayer and cosmetics and stuff. Entity culling, that's a great one. Oh, there's no config for this one. This might be why... I might have just figured out why I was so confused about some things. So things like chests... I hate that it does that. I don't know what mod's doing that. Mods or blocks like chests are block entity... I gotta figure out what mod is doing that. I can't figure that out for the life of me. It can't be this one. I've already checked this one. Something with scrolling. Smooth scrolling, scroll tooltip. I need to disable this mod. It's just not fun. One of these mods adds scrolling. Maybe it's chat sounds. No? I gotta do some debugging off stream. But one of these mods, it's whenever I have a UI that... Oh, but then this... Well, there goes my theory. I thought it was whenever there was a UI that can scroll, but there's nothing to scroll to, so... Like, I have a scroll bar, but there's nothing to scroll past, so it keeps playing the scroll sound. Which, all of these other things, that would prove me correct, but then... And now it's not doing it, so I really don't know. Okay, yeah. The entity culling... Entity culling is nice. Anything that helps improve the frame rate is nice, because I value frames over looks for the most part, which is why I don't constantly play on shaders. I like the way the regular game looks. I think it looks fantastic. But entity culling, I think what it does is anything that is an entity, like a mob, or a block entity, like a chest or a sign or a trapdoor, which actually maybe doesn't include trapdoors. But if I go back... Normally, this would just, you wouldn't see that anymore because I reached a certain distance. But one of the mods I have makes it so you can see. But as you saw, the chest, or the trapdoor went out of render distance. And I think that might be that mod, but there's no config. So that, yeah, I'm not sure what does that. I am 20. I am a 20-year-old dude. Been on this planet for 20 years. A whole whopping 10 plus 10. I can get rid of this. Oh man, I haven't really built a big project in a long time, so this is going to be fun. Let's see. So what do we want to do with this? We've got this tower. I'm going to keep that. We've got a space here that I could... Looks like there was going to be a wall. Maybe there's a bridge there. The problem with these projects is the way I would build these things are very different than how the people who actually built them are building them. So I have to think, what does it do the clicking sound? Yeah, so I have to think like they would and then also put my own spin on it. But yes, I do have trapdoor open animations. I also have regular door animations, which that's just such a nice feature. That is Panda's Extra Details. If you use that mod, please, please, please remember to turn off fence door or fence gate animations. For some reason, that is a huge issue for frames. Not sure what it is, but other people were having it and I was as well. So I had them turned off. But yeah, there's supposedly animations for chests, which I haven't noticed any difference to the vanilla one. There's supposedly animations for the levers, which also weren't working, but in a different way. These animations? The animations can't be entities. The only way I can think that that would make sense is if they have a block, like an invisible or an untouchable block that looks identical. I was born in 2003. 1 year off. But yes, I could have been, I guess. Yeah, I could have been 20 and born in 2004. But yeah, I was born in 2003. So yeah, Panda, if you have the lever, I really like this animation. But the problem is something doesn't work with the textures. Even not having a texture pack on, I don't know what it does. But the lever just looks so nice. What a cool change. I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but I can't keep it. Let's see, Panda. Extra detail, I gotta turn off the lever. There we go. There's also like hanging signs and regular signs have a tilt to them. There's a bunch of things that mod changes, but the doors are the only thing that function. And the doors alone, I feel like it's great. Like 2420. Guessing my age? Stealthy lever. Yeah, I'm not sure. It does that texture no matter where I am. It's not just the block that's underneath it. I just so happened. Yeah, I'm not sure why. That's a glitch. It's not supposed to look like that. Hold on. I gotta stretch. Oh, dang. Whew. And then I gotta remember to sit up too. But yeah, the texture's not supposed to look like that. It's just, unfortunately, a bug that's currently happening with the mod. So I think I want to get rid of all the torches, any blemishes. I want to make everything perfectly flat. Hey, are you gonna finish? Yes, that's what we're doing today. I don't think I'm gonna get this build done, but we're gonna start on that project. I was gonna build Gia's, but Gia basically finished it, and I didn't realize that. So we're doing a different one today. And I'm gonna try doing it in creative. I probably should just hold on. I gotta kill these sheep. They are not helping the structure. You guys move. Can't move. Oh, they can't. Okay. I thought something was broken with their AI. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just take a world edit schematic, or excuse you, a world edit yeah, selection, and then just delete all the torches. Going to leave now. SMP Code of Conflict. All right. See ya. Thank you for joining. Let's see. I got the whole castle. Okay, good. I thought I had missed something. Now let me take. Still learning parts of world edit, but I know enough that I can get by with the things I want to do. Take this. I think. Are there any torches up here? There are. Okay. Let me go like that. Then go here. Bam. Clear, or no, set. / replace. Torch. Air. There we go. All gone. World edit. What's wrong with world edit? It's way faster. And it functions. Oh, it doesn't do wall torches? Interesting. Oh, that was just too low for my selection. I see. No, it doesn't do wall torches. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So this is the front of the castle. A little bit off. Do I want to... We should start with a color palette, I think. I'm thinking... I don't want to just do the default gray. I want to do something a little different. I don't want to just do blackstone. I don't want to do sandstone. What can I do that's different? I argue not. Because I just have to take a selection. I don't have to. I don't know. Torch wall is a different block. Okay. Well, watch this. I have that selection now. And now I have to do... That's not a real thing. You made that up. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, we got to figure out what the textures are going to be. I need to get my stand up. My watch is telling me to stretch. I got to do it every hour. Keep myself in shape and flexible or whatever. Yeah, what can we do? I have access to a prismarine farm, so I can use dark prismarine for the roofs and stuff. It looks like we've already got red terracotta, dark oak, spruce. Maybe that might just be spruce. So that's gray, brown, and red are very nice colors to work with. I think that would be a pretty good starting point to keep those colors in. I don't want to change too much from what's already here, but obviously there's not a ton, so I have a lot of room for freedom. Wall underscore torch. Okay, I'll try that. So I think we're going to want to keep the red for the roofs, but I do want to implement a gradient. I think that's nice. I've been learning from a smaller YouTuber who I, for some reason, cannot remember the name. Hold on. Let me check it. I discovered a few days ago, or like a week ago at this point, and the way they do their builds is just awesome. Where am I looking for? Content creators. Beep, 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 beep. I forget what their name starts with. Their name is... Where did they go? I have them here somewhere. I have so many people in this category. I have a folder for creators. Like I got one for Hermitcraft, one for Coldcraft, and then I have one for smaller creators I like to keep my eye on because I like their stuff, but I can't seem to find them on this. Maybe I didn't add them yet. Yeah. I'm not sure how consistently they do uploads, but I was really enjoying what they've been making. And they just posted a video too, where they made in I am forgetting all my words. A astrology tower? Watchtower? Not a watchtower. Something like we have the big telescope in. I'll find it. Hold on. It's here, I swear. An observatory, that's the word. Belmarzi. Fantastic creator, wonderful artist. I do. I have a plugin. I think it's called PocketTube. And you can categorize your subscriptions, or even people you're not subscribed to, into folders. So I have smaller creators, I've got Hermitcraft, I've got Revolutions, Coldcraft, and then MC Collab people, all in different categories. And they display in different sections as well. So that way I can make sure I don't miss an upload from a specific group of people. If I'm jogging in place or something and I'm like, oh, I need to watch a video while I do this, I will literally just go to Hermitcraft and see who haven't I watched yet. And I've got like 9 people that I'm trying to keep track of this season. Okay, I think, yeah, let's just start with the color palette. So we'll start with a gradient, I guess. They just have red terracotta. Let's see. We can do mangrove if we wanted. I'll try this one actually. If I really wanted to, I could go into the crimson colors. Could go granite. It's a little bit brighter. Netherrack, red. This is like really red. Let's see, netherrack probably, yeah. That's not bad. Terracotta. That's pretty good. It really should be a default feature. There are some problems with this plugin. Like sometimes it just corrupts and it, you have to like reinstall the plugin. But there's something about it, yeah, that it really should be just a default feature. I've also got other stuff like extra analytics for vidIQ, but they advertise their product on like every page. So unless you're a creator, I wouldn't really recommend using it. But it's a really nice tool to see statistics and how many people have viewed a video in the last 60 minutes. So I think that's going to be our gradient for the roof here. We've got... That's spruce, right? Yeah, that's spruce wood. I want to do some extra texturing too to the already existing stuff. So I like those colors, but I feel like there needs to be more variation. What can we do? Packed mud's always a good option for mixing with... Nope. Nope. Never mind. Packed mud is good for mixing with mushroom stem. Do we have any other colors that really work? Mud bricks, not bad. I could change that section. Make that a different color. So I don't want to work with just the regular colors. I feel like that's overdone. Whoa. Oh, my smooth scrolling, I guess, is incompatible with this thing that renders the icon. Interesting. This lets me know it's waxed. That's what that means. So I could go terracotta. Brown terracotta is probably too dark. Yeah. Nice color, though. What could I do that's just a little bit different? Gotta figure out what works well. Stripped wood, maybe? Yeah. That's a good option. I want to do more, like this is such a basic trio. I feel like there needs to be more in the way of different what's the word? Diversity in the block palette. Because a lot of people will just stick to the basic tones. So I'm going to implement, I think some composters is a good option. Things that aren't generally used in this way. That's something I really like doing. Yeah, I'm really not enjoying the scrolling sound effect. I gotta figure out what mod is doing that. Oh, I wonder if that's... What's the mod called? Not gonna be sounds, right? It might be Better Block Sounds? Gameplay sounds. Player. Nope, not that one. Mod sounds, nope. Pop bar. Screen sounds. Scrolling. Turn that off. Is this going to function? That was it. Okay, we're good. The color tab. Here, no background music. Uh-oh. Oh, is it doing it again? Hold on. What if I crank this up? That was the music. That was really loud. You don't hear it at all? Is it not picking up? Oh no, but Slavic said he heard it earlier. You guys should... Maybe it's just really quiet. That's probably what it was. I just don't want it to be too loud for me, but that should be okay. Let me know if that's too loud or too quiet. I can turn it up. But yeah, I want to use some blocks that are the color tab. I don't know what I was talking about there. There is the music. Okay. Oh, you're talking about just using color blocks. Yeah. I hate using concrete. You hear it faintly. Do I need to turn it up? I can add a gain filter. That's about all I can do. Is that better? Oh, hold on. The song's about to end, so let's wait for it. I'm just going to skip to the middle. Nope. I just... Sure. Subwoofer, whatever. This is just a quiet song. Hold on. That's a good one. Okay. Is that better? That's too loud for me. Try that. I'm not sure what I need to have it decibel-wise. Like, I can turn this way up here, but I don't know what you guys are hearing, so let me know if I need to change it. But shulker box, I could use shulker boxes, and that's something I have used in other builds as well. But the problem with shulker boxes is they're very specific in what they can be used in. Like, where are you really gonna use this? Like, you could put them all in a line and have that as a really nice foundation block, but it's so, like, it's just one color. I like having blocks with a lot of texture. Sounds good. Cool. I'll keep it where it is right now. Hopefully that should be fine. I've got to fix all my sound settings because something messed up. But yeah, let me know if it's too loud. I can turn it down. Easy. Yeah, so shulker boxes, not spectacular for at least this specific situation, but there is some cool hidden textures on the bottom. I have used that in one of the builds. Let's see if I can just teleport to it. Right. Let's see, it would be that build. That's the city. Yes, I think it would be right. This one right here. Yeah. I use shulker boxes for the floor in this building. Too loud now. Got it. Turning that down. We're in a quiet spot too. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Teleport back. Oh yeah. There we go. Much better. Soul soil, mud roots, that's not bad. Those might be too dark for this specific spot. Let me check. Maybe for this. Soul soil I really like using, but it has to be very specific where it can be used. Ancient debris. Yep, I could do that. That would take a while. It's also for a pillar block that might be too pungent of a flavor, because there's like, it's a nice pillar block, but then you also have so much detail, and generally for a pillar you probably don't want that. But yeah, having soul soil is not a bad shout. I'd probably use that for a wall rather than a pillar or floor. Mangrove logs, I do like that. It's a little different. At least it's been used less. I don't want to change the color all that much. Like, I could go for basalt, but I feel like that takes away. Exposed copper. That's a good one. Yeah. Exposed copper, this one. This is a good combo. Not that one. Or maybe it is that one. It is that one. Okay. Why does that not blend better than I remember it blending? Is it better with jungle? I think it's better with jungle. You gotta remember, I'm not building in creative on the server, so my access to certain blocks are limited to the confines of what I have and what Minecraft can do for me. Like copper, I would have to hand mine all that. Because I don't think anybody built a... Actually, maybe they did build a copper farm. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think there is at least a drowned farm, but I don't think it's made for copper. I think it's made for tridents. But yeah, copper, I'm sure I can scour the server and find everybody's supply and maybe have enough for a build, but I also want to make sure it looks good before committing to that. I'm building this section in creative. Like, usually how I do my builds, and you can see I was starting to work on it here, is I will have a copy of the land, or for things like this where it's natural, that's especially essential. But dripstone, wow, geez, excuse me, dripstone would be good. Things like this where the terrain is kind of important for the shape of the structure. I kind of need the land, but a lot of the times I will just take the build and build it in here, and then get a schematic and bring it into the survival world, and then build it in survival. So here I have unlimited resources, but in the other world, the one we were in, I have what I have in survival. But like things like this, where I'm planning out where buildings will go, what shape overall the mountains will be, planning out where biomes will go, things like that. I do that in creative, and then I will make a schematic and move it to survival. So for this project, I could make it whatever resources I want. I could make the roof made out of end portal blocks, like the purple stuff, not the obsidian. The actual portal itself if I wanted, but I obviously can't do that in survival, and also who would want that? So for this, I would like to avoid using a lot of ancient debris or a lot of copper, but copper I'm more lenient with. Copper I could probably get away with. I think that might be too bright, unless I make it into a gradient. I mean, if I could probably get away with this. Well, the thing is, that's the point of survival for me. And whatever other people do, that's totally fine. If they are happy playing the game and they're not pretending like they're doing things. Like, a lot of people will play survival and then off camera, not a lot of people, but there are some people who will play survival, switch to creative off camera, build whatever, and then switch to creative and pretend like they did it in survival. Not a fan of that. Coarse dirt, maybe. Yeah, that could work. That might be too dark. That's too dark. Maybe here. I could implement that into a gradient of some kind. But yeah, for me, the joys of survival are being able to design things in creative mode and build things with my infinite amount of creativity. And then also having, while I'm building it, reminding myself I am limited to these specific tools and these specific resources. Having that in my mind, that's part of the fun. Because then I have a rule set that I have to follow, and it's survival mode. Like, the whole point of it is to be limited. You can't fly like you can in creative. You don't have infinite resources. Like, there's no need for armor. You can't take damage. You are a god in the Minecraft world. Like, I can just come over here, fly over here, punch this guy. He can't do nothing about it. Things like that. I can do that in creative mode, but then when you play in survival, it introduces a ton of new aspects. Barrels, not good. Or, sorry, not good. Not a bad idea. Barrels are good. Especially... There we go. That's a great pillar base. But yeah, I like having the ability to create whatever I want in creative, and then I have a schematic that I will bring in survival, and then rebuild it there. So like, once I actually finish this mountain, I'm gonna copy a big ghost of it, and then move it to the survival world and build it all in survival. Basically, the schematics for me act as a guide, because there's no way I am gonna be able to freehand design this in survival to the quality that I wish I could make it. And it would take forever to switch between a bunch of worlds, or have two clients open. Even that would take forever. Switching in between, copying it block by block. So having the schematic just saves time. And I can't freehand build. I can't. I mean, I can. It just would not look as good as I hope it would. Yeah, I think we'll do... I think that's good. I do really like the mangrove wood. And that mixes quite well with this. Actually, I do like how that works. Let me come up here and just mess around. See what I'm working with. I could try something like this. Go down like that. And just the top and bottom are... Oop. Just the top and bottom are mangrove. And then everything in between is the spruce. That might blend too much. Let me see. That does blend a little bit too much. So muddy mangrove roots. That's not bad. Muddy mangrove roots are pretty good. Thing about muddy mangrove roots, though, is... Actually, let's see. Let's just make like a makeshift pillar here. I do like that. I don't know how that will work. I really like having the definitive pillars. So I think for this specifically, it needs to be dark. Because like, this side looks really good with the mangrove, but you get so much more contrast with this. So if I made the whole thing mangrove, that will help a little bit. But that might still be too light compared to the spruce. I might switch to dark oak. Strip dark oak, perhaps. That looks good, but now there's no foundation. Like, it just goes right back into spruce. I'm not sure. Am I getting alerts that I'm not seeing? Oh, wait, I just noticed. Ooh, that's not... Huh. My camera this whole time has not been... What is going on with my setup today? The border, that's the camera. There's something's up. If I take this, properties, not properties, filters. Mask blend. Oh, I know what happened. I moved all of my stream element stuff to a different folder, so it doesn't... YouTube assets. I think it would be here. Purple. Nope. Go back there. Yeah, there we go. Much better. What is up? Dude Drake is in the chat. How you doing? Hey, here we go. Look at that. That's gonna be nicer. And there we go. I fixed my webcam as well. I feel like this is gonna be an issue regardless. I might bring this down. Grab mangrove. I'm gonna use these. Yes, that worked way better. I'm not sure how I like this. I feel like that needs to be different as well. Thank you, thank you. But I do like this color palette. I think that's good. The mangrove with the dark oak works for me. I just feel like something else needs to change. If I were to change this to packed mud, the camera didn't have the mask applied to it, so it looked like this. Not that button. It looked like this. Oh, that's cropped. There. So you can see the corners of the room. It was... right. Yeah. So I just applied a mask to it to simulate the same shape as the border. Yeah, dark oak planks maybe. I'm thinking maybe packed mud. This will add a little bit more contrast. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. That might be too bright, but I do like the textures. Yeah, that's looking good. I do need to mix in some other things as well. So that can probably just default over to the good old mushroom block. Such a nice texture. That's working. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks really good. There we go. Maybe one more down here. Yeah, I think that combo works really well. We do have to figure out something about this section, but I think those colors work. I'm also just not sure how I feel about this project as a whole. Like, I like the idea of working on this project, but I'm not motivated enough where I feel like, oh, I'm gonna just complete this project. There's a distinct feeling that I get. Hey, Gia, welcome in. There's a distinct feeling I get where I'm so motivated to do a certain project, and even though I want to do this project, there's something that's like, yeah, I have to work on this. I don't know why. Because I really want to work on a project that isn't the national park, but nothing is appealing at the moment. Hear ye, hear ye. The crowned champion has arrived. I was working on the castle you sent me, Gia, but I didn't realize how much of it you had already built. So I was planning on gathering the resources this stream and then building it on camera. But you had already done so much of it that I was like, well, there's not really much for me to do. I might tear it down and rebuild it because it doesn't look like it was built the same as the schematic. So I might redo it just so it matches. Would you like to have more slabs for blocks that don't have slabs? Some stuff, yes. I feel like concrete, absolutely not. That's too easy. If I had concrete slabs and concrete or powder slabs or anything like that, I feel like that would take away from the creativity partially. Because you have to think, yeah, there was quite a bit. You had like most of the walls done. It was mostly terraforming and interiors. Like if you think, oh, I have just every block in every color, I'll make everything the same. There's no variation. Like if you have the ability to do terracotta slabs and terracotta stairs, there's nothing that would let you... I mean, I guess you could, but like I can't mix in textures because why would I do that if I just have the perfect colors? There's no creativity. There's creativity being taken away if you just have everything. Built from a schematic, but it was missing core block. Ah, okay. That's why it looked different. Yeah, that I think works. We need to find... Let's see if this works. No. No, it does not work. That's mangrove. Oh, I just hadn't changed this. Yes. That functions. Maybe I put a note block in here. Composter. Not sure. Yeah, okay. Let's grab these. I'm just gonna go all the way around with it. I do like that this goes up, actually. It adds a little bit of variation. Oh, it's not consistent. I think this was free-handed. That goes up. It goes down. Nope, that's the wrong texture. Oh, no, it's the right texture. I just hadn't fixed the other ones. Let's just do all of the mangrove first. Yeah, I haven't really done any creative building on stream before, I don't think. Aside from the create mod, which, and diddly, and haven't done that in a while. The problem with me in live streaming is I get distracted so easily, and it's such a difficult thing for me to multitask. Even talking and building or talking and playing is just really difficult. Yeah, that works. Let me go up there. Yeah. Like, I'll be talking about a subject and then trying to place blocks, and then I can't focus on both of them at the same time. Yes. And then I think I'll just swap this out. That's supposed to be here, right? There's something wrong. This is wrong. This is supposed to be up. How many are up? 2 are up. There's... that's right. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. Okay. Yeah, I am not super fond of watching people build in creative mode, so I understand the people who are like, this is boring. Frankly, I'm kind of bored too, but I don't know what to do. I was struggling to think of things for this stream, because I didn't want to just do another Coldcraft stream. I wasn't feeling it. Or at least working on the national park. And the project I want to play on right now, I can't play on the world because it's a project that hasn't been announced yet. Yeah, I could do mirror copy, but I think I'm just going to do it by hand. Takes less brain power, I think. Or I'm just bored, or lazy. I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to work on a project and do a stream, because I feel like doing consistent streams once a week is something that I do want to continue doing, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do today. I don't know, since the last mods video, I've just been feeling very unmotivated to work on projects. There are things I want to do that I just, like, I don't want to do that right now. And it's like every time I open up the game. My dungeon game? I could work on the dungeon game. And that was one thing I actually did consider doing, was going to the mod pack and trying to figure out concepts. But like I said, the problem with me in that is I have to think about things, and if I'm interacting with chat and focusing on trying to be entertaining with my commentary, I can't really think about that at the same time, at least. And it's probably a dumb excuse, but it's hard to explain. Oh, jeez. I'll just full buck. This is not the way I would normally build a structure like this, but it's like I all ready for it. I was supposed to be putting mushroom blocks in this, and I've just been putting the one packed mud. So now I have to go back and do it again. It's things like that where I'll just forget things I wanted to do as I'm doing them, and then now I have to go back and do it again, or in a worse scenario, I'd have to go and redo it because I forgot to do one thing. So difficult to remember while I'm speaking. Yep. I have a Trello board that just has a ton of different project ideas and things I want to do, but I never get to them. And even the gravity video that I posted, what, yesterday? 2 days ago? That video I've had recorded since August, and I just never finished it. Nurs finished his video in like 4 or 5 days or something, but I just now finished the video, Took forever because I had started it and stopped, and I was like, yeah, I can't work on this project right now. It's out of my ability. I can't do it. And then one day I was like, well, I have the footage and I need to post something so YouTube doesn't severely punish me for my absence, which it already has. That ambience video I posted, I think it's like, oh, this is different. We're not gonna send out your video the same. But yeah, I have lots of projects. Hold on, let me just look. Like, I've got the Coldcraft stream right now. I'm not gonna count that. I've got a mods video. I've got a video on a mod. I've got a mod pack that I'm starting a new series for. I've got another mods video. The finale of the Create Mod World's Fair. Another mods video. Coldcraft episode 6. A video about Mojang. Hair on my microphone. The music, power of music and cinematics, and then that is not correct. I need to get rid of that one. But like, those are just the videos I have lined up. Things that I plan to do. I haven't recorded any of those yet. And then that's not even counting all of the ideas. Like, I've got probably 20 things I want to make in the future. I've got ideas for SMP bases. I've got ideas for individual videos. I've got actually, I can scrap this. Yeah, I can scrap that. I've got ideas for Revolutions. I've got ideas for Coldcraft. I've got ideas for that other series. I've got things outside of videos. Like, I can't remember who it was, but somebody suggested doing a membership reward of stock footage, and I thought that was a wonderful idea. I really like that, and so I wrote it down, and that's something I still haven't done yet. I'm gonna replace that, because in the schematic it's gonna show up as a half mushroom block. Okay. I don't know. You good? Yeah. I'm thinking yes to that texture. I do think this needs some work. I think I might swap it out with dark oak. Or something darker to contrast from the browns up here. What do I have? I could go deep slate. Copper, I feel like wouldn't be as much. Yeah, I might just swap it out for dark oak. Not sure how I feel about it. UW. And then I also have this. Do I put a stair block there? Yeah, building is something I don't generally have to think about. It's something that I just kind of go with the flow. So trying to speak out my build process on stream is not something I can do as easily as just building it. But then I'm streaming. I gotta be talking. It's supposed to go there. What can I be doing in Coldcraft right now, if not building? I want to put some slabs. Maybe no, trapdoors won't even render. Like that. That will seamlessly. And I put this at the top right. Yes, okay. Bam, bam. Yeah, okay, that's working. This was under. This is supposed to be here. Yeah, okay, that looks more right. I want to make kind of an archway here. I've also thought about doing either a series or a. I'm not sure how I would implement it. Maybe just part of the next mod pack or the next series I do, having the debug stick as a tool I can use, because that allows for so many more possibilities for details. But oh my gosh, it would take forever, and schematics would be a nightmare. That goes up, that goes to the side. Yeah, there we go. Now that connects the color. That looks much better. And something's up with me and making videos at the moment. I was so motivated to do the gravity video, and then after that I'm just like, wow, I'm tired. I don't think I'm overworking myself. I haven't been doing all that much work. I just... something about it. Just can't get myself to be consistent, no matter what I do. So we're gonna keep this. I think I can do gradients, but I'm not sure how to. I know I can do just randomized textures with World Edit. Not sure if that's another language. Let's try to keep it English in the chat. Yeah, I don't think I can do gradients, or at least I don't know how to do gradients. I gotta do some more digging on World Edit so I can learn how to do stuff like that, because doing gradients by hand in creative is like, why would you even do everything by hand? Some of the things like doing these pillars, I'm checking as I'm going, but for something like this where I'm just automatically, I already know what I want to try. Like if I don't like this, then I have to redo the whole thing by hand, but that thing, it's one pillar. That's why I'm kind of against using commands for that. I also just don't know how. But if I'm changing it constantly and I don't have a consistent selection, like if I were to change just the tops and bottoms, I would have to have a selection of the whole thing. But down here, some of the blocks are up. I'm making excuses. There are ways I could be doing this more efficiently, but I like doing it the way I like doing it. Which is weird, because I do things weird. Possibly. I'm not sure. Wouldn't feel great about it, but probably have to time the person out or something. They keep spamming gibberish. Oh, the chat's supposed to be for communication if I can't communicate. It's not like a language thing. I don't know. I like having the chat in English, that way I can actually interact with it. It probably sounds selfish, but it makes sense from a streaming standpoint. There we go. I think there needs to be another block. What can I do? I need something that... maybe crimson. Crimson almost works, I think. Yeah, maybe crimson was the way to go. Now I can use World Edit. I'm gonna do up one. And then... up one. Boom. Replace... red nether brick. With... warped... maybe warped wood, right? What is this called? Stem. That's warped. I need crimson stem. Bam. Oh, well now it's... I forgot to do undo. Wait, I could just do undo. There we go. Okay, what is it called, though? Hyphae. There we go. I think that works better. Not a weird ASCII moderate language. You don't know. Yeah. Considering I don't know what people would be saying, I think that's not a difficult thing to ask. I've noticed that it defaults my language to not be English. It's not another language, but it has no filter, so it's probably advertising my content to all sorts of different languages for some reason. I'm not sure why it would be doing that, because I've literally never spoken another language. At least fully. I might have said some words in French or Spanish, like ciao or something. But as far as actually speaking, I've literally never done a video in another language. I don't know why YouTube would assume that. I think the Hyphae works a lot better. And I think it's also going to work a lot better from afar. It's very subtle. I do need to bring that up much more, though. I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to go up. There it is. Up. I don't know why I made that so far away. I'm going to do, like, here. Yes. I'm going to do replace... red terracotta with crimson hyphae. There we go. And then I guess replace also netherrack. Netherrack. Boom. So now that's a much larger thing. I'm going to... Let's try something else. Let's try this. I'm going to go up. That's probably fine. See, I got 5 blocks to work with for the current gradient I have. I don't want it to be too busy. Let's go here, I think. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then now what I'm going to try to do is replace... Oh, let's see if this works. Replace anything that isn't air with netherrack. Undo. We want to do 50% netherrack, 50% power of will. Maybe come see. What goes next? Stripped mangrove wood. I don't think that really worked. Not the way I wanted it to. I think I know the problem. So I don't have any transition blocks. So I want to instead not stripped mangrove wood, but do the crimson hyphae. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I didn't have anything to transition that block from. So now it mixes in much better. So I can start probably... I'm going to... right there. Try that, and then we'll go here. What are we doing, by the way? What's the stream looking like? My analytics still aren't showing up. I can't see anything about the stream health. Hopefully everything is fine. It's not giving me any information, so I really can't tell. Wow, we've been live for 2.5 hours. No, 1.5 hours. What does that say, 2? Weird. Okay. Well, hopefully... I was going to try to see how many people were in the stream. Okay. This is... I have... not a professional builder. This is not my forte. I do movies. Up 1. My brain is functioning so slowly right now. You go 1 up. Yeah. So let's do that. I don't know if I had the other one already. Now I can transition from netherrack to the stripped mangrove wood. That's what I wanted. Okay. And then I want to start... Oop. I want to start a few blocks up. No. Right here. 1 block down. Yeah, I'm doing here. I'm going to that. Yes, I think that's good. You can only see that Laynce is here. Viewer-wise? Or in the stream? I'm talking about how many people are actively watching. Because it's not... It's just straight up a blank screen. It says concurrent viewers, so hopefully there's 5 people. It's literally, I can't see anything about the stream health. I can't see anything about viewership. I can't see anything about monetization. If somebody has subscribed or donated, it's not letting me know. And that is an issue. Something is wrong with the stream. And this is a YouTube issue, not something I'm doing. Because the things that should be showing for a default YouTube stream are not showing up. But I'm hoping I haven't missed anybody. It's just straight up not telling me. I might be able to re-log into Stream Elements, but I haven't heard a sound. I haven't noticed a thing popping up under the camera. So hopefully I haven't missed anything. We'll go up. We're doing mangrove to terracotta. Participant? I don't see any mention of participants on my end. I think I want these. Yeah, let's copy that, or select that. Move up to here. It's gonna be a big jump. Boom, that's the second selection. It's, yeah, so I can see chat by default in OBS. That's working. I can see chat by default in my Google tab, but I can't see the number of viewers. I can't see who's subscribed or donated. I can't see any of that stuff. Hello, welcome in. Normally it would say on the right side, this person has subscribed, this person has become a member, that kind of thing. But I have no information, so I have no clue. I'll have to go in after. Description pace is 6 viewers currently. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that what I was just looking at is at least somewhat accurate. I just can't see the activity feed. Okay, so we need to do mangrove wood and then red terracotta. That looks a little bit too... They're supposed to? I think. At least on the YouTube page. On OBS, I think it just shows me texts. But it's supposed to show me in the activity feed, specifically donations and subscriptions and stuff like that. And I can't see it. I think that works. There's a point where the hyphae just stops, so I have to kind of manually blend it in just a little bit more. And then maybe do that. Yeah, let's do some hyphae here. This is working. I'm liking this. That's too much hyphae. Let's mix in some netherrack. Yep. That works. Okay. And then I think that there's not enough red terracotta. No. Maybe that's not the right color to mix to. So it has to go brighter. Let me just try it. That goes up to here. I'm going to go down one block. Select that. You're glow liking this? Thank you. Excellent pun. I approve. Let's try that. And then let's just try the final gradient. So 50% red concrete powder. Oh, no, it has to be red concrete, doesn't it? Because if it's concrete powder and there's nothing underneath it, it's just gonna fall. I'd have to put string underneath it. So red terracotta, red concrete. I don't like that color. I think the grading is good. I'm not liking it from the terracotta up. I don't think it has enough texture. Like that, looking down there, looks great. But that's because it's powder. Not the powder. Let me try the powder. Just to see. There we go. I'm just gonna add string. I just want to see what it looks like. Very well, it just might not work out. That's okay. I think that's fine, actually. Yeah, everything. Let's try the powder. Let's replace crimson log, maybe. I think that's too red. Or too pink, not too red. Yeah, crimson log, probably too red. Let me just replace red concrete with red concrete powder. That might work. Because it's bright, but then it's also got texture. I think that does work. I'm liking that much more. Let me check all the other sides though, because sometimes it just... there's sections that don't work. And I also do want to bring up the mangrove wood just a little bit in some spots. Because some spaces you literally can see the disconnect, and I don't think that's good. Yeah, I think that's better. I don't like this border. I'm gonna remove that. It's too prominent. That's gotta be mangrove. That's gotta be terracotta. I could do red mushroom block. I feel like that would be too much contrast, so I'm not gonna do that. There's nothing blending. I'm gonna change that. Like there are these like very visible color gaps. I want some inconsistency with it. At least it has a little bit of variation. I do also like the idea of having something like that, so it's not perfectly symmetrical. I feel like that might not be the right block to use. I don't know, this is hard. This is not the type of building I like to make too. I like to go industrial, so medieval is a little bit different. Here's another one of those spots. I'm liking that, but I do think I need more red at the top. What can I mix with that red that makes it function? A red nether threes. I could use that, yeah. What are those called? They're called... There's an item for brewing. Titan nether. No, not nether. It's in this category. Not here. Where is it? Ingredients here. Wort. Wort. Or another, yeah. Wort block. That's too deep of a red. That would have to be closer to the bottom. And I feel like even at the lowest point, that might be too much red. Maybe if I just mix it in. It's gonna be such a subtle thing. Warped wort. Well, warped is blue. So yeah, I think you were talking about just the regular wort block. Yeah, I think that might be too red. Like trying to squint. I don't really think that adds a ton. I could try just adding more. I still see a visible disconnect here. I gotta fix that. Not sure. Hey! Welcome in. Welcome back. You're struggling today. Let's see. Terracotta. This isn't it. I gotta do something else. Not for the build, but like just for the stream. Building is not working for me right now. What can I do? I don't want to just change games because I feel like I didn't really plan for that. People who came here for Minecraft wouldn't be getting Minecraft. I'd have to plan ahead for that. I do like that. Maybe from... I feel like it stands out on its own too much. If I add more, maybe, because then it's not mixing, it's kind of... I think that helps. It might not just have been enough, but I can't put too much. Like, this side's probably fine. Speedrunning, I mean, I could certainly try. I don't have a client set up for that, and I have too many mods. Yeah, I could certainly try speedrunning. And that's not what I came here to do is the problem. My theme... I mean, it was medieval music, but... yeah, maybe. I could do decked out. I'd have to set up my laptop, but that's not too much of an issue. I'm not really in the decked out mood. What else? I do like this gradient, though. I think that works. Some spots here that still need tampering. Yeah. But this is working for me. I think that's good. I'm gonna go back to Coldcraft and just see what I can do. What do I have available to me at this moment? I also just need water. Now my cat's here. Yeah, I think in probably a short stream. Normally I try to plan these things 2 hours. And the last, what, 2 or 3 streams have just gone on double that length unintentionally. So maybe I just actually pay attention to that. Yeah, today is not feeling like a great stream day. I gotta figure out how to get myself into the... out of the loop of being motivated and then being unmotivated. Because it happens all the time and I'm never sure how to deal with it. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. I do want to figure out something else to do. I don't want to end just yet. Because I feel like we've done pretty much nothing this whole stream. Like, I've talked and I've made a gradient. That's pretty much it. What can I actually do? I mean, I guess I could just continue working on this. I do gotta fix my pickaxe. Yeah, maybe let's just go back to that. Let's go back to that. I feel like that's something I can do without too much brain power. It's kind of satisfying. And who doesn't love a good haste 2 mining session? And I can talk, which is also nice. Yeah, like I said, like doing the gravity video I did the other day, super stoked to edit that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting something out. And it was right after the release of the ambience video I did. Because I was like, I posted 2 videos back to back. That's true. I could show around the server. That's not a bad idea. But I was like, yeah, I got back to back. Things are going well. I got this flow, and then as soon as I posted it, I let myself relax for like a second, and I've lost all my motivation. I have no idea how to deal with it. But yeah, I could just tour the server. I'm not sure how many structures have actually been finished, and most of them are just at spawn. Actually, I have to be aware of Enderman now because I'm not wearing the hat. Here we go. But now the skin doesn't match. Hold on. There we go. Much better. Are there known ways for people keeping motivation? I'm not sure. I've heard of different ways, but every time I try the methods or I try to start using those methods, it just doesn't work for me. Like, I have medication for ADHD, but it doesn't help with burnout. So Coldcraft shut down because a lot of the people were inactive because of school and jobs and stuff outside of the server. So it just died off really fast. That two-week Minecraft period that everybody seems to have happens with servers too. Crazen and I were the only people consistently playing on it. We were the only people making videos on it, and so we wanted something that was had a more consistent player base and a more unique take, so that way there was more to think about. I'm not even holding the pickaxe, I've just realized. There we go. But yeah, I gotta get my stand up again. Ugh. Let's hit the 50-minute mark of the hour. So yeah, Coldcraft went, what's the word, flatlined, because people were just busy with life and stuff, and that's okay. Crazen and I had started together, we put together Minecraft Revolutions, which was a vanilla plus mod pack that we thought would embrace the vanilla feel of Minecraft, but then overhaul a lot of the things that were neglected. We are still incredibly proud of that project. It's just also put on hold right now because the people restarted it right as school started for a lot of people, so everybody's just really busy. Gotta get a desk that go in stand mode. I do. The problem with that is I actually do have a standing desk over there, which is incredibly cluttered at the moment, but the problem with that desk is it does not have enough space for the things I want to do, and adjusting it for a sitting desk is not as simple as pushing a button. I have to like unscrew stuff and move the whole thing down. I don't have one I can conveniently do, but I gotta have enough room for two 32-inch monitors, and I got tissues and a microphone stand and the Ethernet thingy-majiggy and my water bottle and everything else I have on my desk. I gotta have space for that, and that desk is not big enough for that. But also it's where it is right now is just incredibly inconvenient for streaming. Like the setup is just terrible. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Coldcraft stopped just because people were inactive. We started Revolutions, people got inactive on that because people were getting busy. So, for at least right now, Coldcraft has stopped for an indefinite amount of time, as has Revolutions, but eventually I do want to get back into a multiplayer setting. As a small YouTuber, I keep recording videos and edit shows to perfect my videos and I bring this. So for me, it's the opposite. I can have a recording, and as soon as I start editing it, I'm locked in on finishing this video. But for recording, I have to like find the energy to record it in the way I want to. I can't just sit down and record things like most of the time. There are some exceptions, like the ADHD video, no planning prior to that recording. That was just literally just me talking at the camera. Where's my cat? Oh, he's lost in the nether again. Happens every time. Yeah, recording is the big thing for me. Editing I can do a piece of cake, but I'm such a perfectionist on editing. I have a vision that I have to get just right, and if it's not just right, then yeah, that's something I can do for long periods of time. But recording, if I'm not happy with the recording, or even while I'm editing, if I'm not happy with it, I have to go back and re-record it. This last one I recorded, hated the way my voice sounded. I wasn't as enthusiastic as I was hoping for. It's just it didn't work. Got a desk that can go into stand mode. I really do. I feel like that would be pretty useful, yeah. Get rid of this. Going on walks can be motivating. Just moving around, doing small things, completing tasks. A few ways to get back to the... That's true, but the problem is how consistently I burn myself out. I'm not even sure if it's called burnout. Like what affects me, because it's not like, oh, I don't want to do things. There are things I want to do. I want to be able to make videos. I want to be able to stream more, what's the word? Like happier, more optimistic. But then I push the stream button, or even right before it, I'm just like, I'm so exhausted. Part of that's probably I was up way too late. So yeah, I'm just probably exhausted from that. But yeah, I do go on walks. In fact, I probably will go on a walk right after the stream. In the Discord, I have pictures that I started posting of my walks. I got my trusty camera that I've been walking out and taking pictures of. So yeah, I'll probably go on a walk or a bike ride or something. IP. I'm not giving out the IP. This is a single player world, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't. But yeah, this is a single player project right now. I'm not going to open this up until every project I want to do is complete. This will not be available for the public. But yeah, even then, Revolutions is invite only, and Coldcraft was... Oh, it's the cat. Whew, I thought it was a creeper. Yeah, Coldcraft is application only, but right now neither of those are active. Revolution started. It did. So Revolution started, and I think all but... Maybe it's just me. I might be the only person who hasn't done a video yet. Considering I'm 50% of the... Or not... What? How's a better way to phrase that? Krazen and I are the two like owners of the server. We created the mod pack. We put together the server. Krazen did most of the building for the spawn island. All that. That was us. And he's done a video on it, despite having college, and I haven't. And I think it's because my first episode was so incredibly ambitious, because I wanted to do this really interesting cinematic that worked really well with Coldcraft episode 3, where I fell through that well and then split, and I was going to have one of them go into Revolutions and then one of them go into, or stay in Coldcraft. But when I did that, I wasn't, like, I started working on the project, and by the time that I had significant progress, I had lost the motivation, and the server was already slow, because a lot of people were just all of a sudden starting college, or all of a sudden getting busy with jobs, so the server died for at least the moment. Any tips for getting subs? Well, my priority is not getting subs. My priority for YouTube is being creative. So for me, that is not a priority at all. But I do have some things that probably would affect it. Making good thumbnails, not just good screenshots, not just screenshots that... You can't have just clickbait. Clickbait's not gonna... It'll get you views, but it won't get you fans. It'll get you... This is one thing I frequently come back to. Would you rather have 1 million views or 1 million fans? People that consistently come back. If you choose the latter, it's slower, but it's way more rewarding, because you meet so many more people that are actually genuinely interested in you as a person rather than you as or your videos. People will click on you, or click on a video for you rather than for what the video is. Like Etho, he doesn't even have a thumbnail. His titles aren't necessarily, like, they're not clickbaity, they aren't over the top, his editing is very toned down, and yet people love his personality and they know who he is. That doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen with one video. It's, yeah, no, it's... You have to be aware of trends going on, like the new updates, if Bed Wars is really popular and that's something you want to capitalize on. Hardcore, really popular right now, kind of dying out, but still very popular. That's something I'm not going to do myself, because I can't enjoy a hardcore world like that, and I most definitely will not be doing it in the editing style that seems to get a lot of views. But things like that, being on top of trends, being on top of what's going on. I make my videos just because that's something I want to make, not to... I want to grow my channel, obviously, but not to the point where I'm misleading viewers. So if you want subs, yeah, you could hire a click farm, but what does that... Like, genuinely, subscribers means absolutely nothing at all. Subscribers are not important as far as how videos perform. Somebody can have 300 subscribers, this is too high, and then have 1 billion views, for example. That's an arbitrary number, but somebody can have 1 billion views and 8 subscribers or whatever. If that channel has monetization, you will be getting money not from subscribers, you will be getting money from views. So if you really want to make videos that perform well and you have no interest in the actual creative element of it, make clickbait things that actually show up in the video. Capitalize on what everybody else is doing, but that is not the way I do YouTube. Cracking the algorithm is such a dumb term because there's no way to do it. I really don't think there is a consistent, at the moment at least, there's no way to consistently come back and say, okay, this is how I do it perfectly every time, because it changes constantly. Revolution has to be started. Oh, I already read that one. Give them money. Yep, you could definitely just, if you're just filthy rich, you could just give your viewers money to say, hey, you should subscribe to me, here's $5, but that's so ingenuine. That's not a real word, but I'm gonna pretend like it is. Your friend had almost 158 September, you're like 1K. So it depends on what got him those subscribers. If he's got one video that did extraordinarily well, then that's probably it. There's a guy that really cracked it. I'm sure there is, but for what my goals are for the platform, do not align with a lot of those people. That's one of the I was in a Discord that was like talking about cracking the algorithm, and I left it because I didn't feel like it aligned with how I did my content. It just, I'm very set on the creative element. I'm very set on storytelling and making projects that I want to be proud of. I refuse to just fall into the trend of making clickbait content. So for me, it's been slow. Like I had 98 subscribers for like 8 years, and I had like 70 videos on the channel at the time. I made the Coldcraft episode. For some reason, that did extraordinarily well. People started watching. I don't know what I did that people liked so much. Maybe it was the cinematics. Maybe it was the way I interacted with the other players. Not sure. But something about my videos seemed to resonate with people, and eventually I started growing. I've had this channel for almost a decade now, and it took a long time before the channel actually started growing. And I'm at a point now where I'm actually focused on making consistent uploads, whereas before it was just I uploaded whenever, and that happened to be consistently. So yeah, being aware. There's also nothing wrong with growing slow. Incy, one of my good friends, Incy, has like 40,000, and he got a lot of those fans from one video. He has like, I think what, I'm gonna guess 12 videos on his channel, and he is, let's see if I can do quick math, 5 times, no, I'm at what, 5.5k, 5.6k? He's at 40k, quick maths. 40 divided by 5. Why is my brain flopping? Hold on. I know 40 divided by 5. 8. I don't know why that was so difficult for me. But yeah, he's 8 times larger than me, and he's got a fraction of the amount of videos I have on my channel. It's about what you do. He has hardcore videos, which at the time, incredibly trending. Like, it was just super popular. But the reason it worked is because he did it differently. It's something that people latched onto because it's something people like, but then it's different. He has a lot of story elements. He's very laid back with his videos. He's not over the top with it. He doesn't have a neon sign every 3 seconds in the video. Things like that. People watched it and they were like, this is different, this is unique, and people like this. That kind of thing, that's what people stick with. That's why people started liking my videos, is because I did cinematics for all of my videos, and it wasn't me playing a character most of the time. Like, I'm not acting, it's not just a skit. It was integrated into the Let's Play itself. So I think that's one of the reasons people like my videos. But if you're still low, it might not even have something to do with your videos themselves. It could be consistency. It could just be your YouTube has defined your channel as one genre, and then you started making something else, and now they don't know what to do with it because the people they're advertising your videos to aren't going to the people that would want to watch the video. But yeah, 1K, not bad. 7K, not bad at all. He's growing. I'm not sure about your content or your friend's content, but that's just how. You're not getting views. So one thing, it could be your thumbnails. Maybe you have to think about, why would someone want to click on this video? What is in this thumbnail or in this title that makes people think, oh, that's something I want to click on more than something else on this recommended page? I know why I make my videos. Oh, wait, hold on. That was a response for something else. He uploads almost every fortnight. That's fine. If he's a Minecraft channel and he's making Fortnite, though, there's no way he's getting good views. But if he's a Fortnite channel and he's making Fortnite videos, then he's appealing to the Fortnite audience. If you're a Minecraft channel and you're uploading Fortnite and chess and Ark and like all these other games, then you have to be entertaining enough as a person that people will show up for whatever you play. A lot of people, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, they're all variety creators. They make games or make videos on multiple games. People will show up for his videos, both of their videos, because they like the person recording. My camera's shaking because it's on my monitor. Yeah, you have to be incredibly entertaining for that to be to work. And I feel like for me, and this might sound a little selfish, I think I'm a very charismatic person. I think I have talent, and I think I have an entertaining personality. I like to watch my own videos, and that's kind of my goal, is to make things that I think are valuable to the platform. So if you're making things that are just there for views and you don't care about creativity, you don't care about diversity, anything like that, and if you're just soul set on growing a number, then I would recommend doing what everybody else is doing. Make it a little bit more. Hold on. Sad there is an algorithm. It's sad that there are even... Wow, I can't read. It's sad that there even is this algorithm, but it's funny. Yeah. No, that's how my videos used to be, and even some of my videos don't perform the same. Like that ambience video, it was so vastly different from what I normally do that it didn't perform well. And I tried to upload the gravity video, which is more in line with what I normally record, and that didn't perform very well either, because YouTube didn't know what to do with the video. The people that they were trying to advertise the ambience video for didn't want to watch that because they were trying to get Create Mod or Coldcraft or whatever. But then I upload the challenge video, and now it's taking into consideration that ambience video. So that's a really delicate balance of what you post, how frequently you post, how much effort you put into it, what your priorities are for how the video turns out. There's so many different aspects of it. Where do you want your channel to be in the future? Would you still mainly be Minecraft? So I'm not quite sure yet. I want to be a cinematographer. I want to be a director in the future, like outside of Minecraft, just like for making full-length feature films. At some point, I will probably drift towards some other... I'm not actually sure. I can't tell the future. But I would like to actually make live-action stuff and make movies and things like that. So I don't think I would ever give up doing what I do here. I feel like this is something that's too personal to me to just pretend I'm not doing, or like just drop it altogether. So I would probably be doing both. For this channel, my whole goal is to inspire people to make things they want to make things not that just increase in number, but to make things that they are genuinely proud of. That is my #1 goal with this channel, is to tell stories, is to inspire people to create. And I've said this stuff like a million times, but yeah, that's like where I want to go. I want to continue to do that, and I want to continue to explore and make the things that I'm like, oh, that would be really cool to make, and find a way to do that. Like cinematics, there's some things that I had to do non-conventionally. Like there was an episode of Coldcraft where I went to a bastion, and I was like trying to indicate how I would say, oh my gosh, loot is in that bastion. And so I green screened, I recorded a big room, which I had a retextured shroom light that's just green. And then I had like a gold bar just spinning, and I overlaid that onto my eyes. Things like that, where you don't even think about it. It's such a small part of that video, but it adds a little bit of detail. That's the kind of thing that I love doing with my content, and something that I will continue to do, because I put in way too much effort into my videos, but they turned out so good. I'm super proud of what I do. I do have a second channel, which is PG-13 and non-Minecraft stuff, but honestly, I'm not really sure what I want to do with that channel. It's fun, but it takes away time from projects that... Like, I want to make this a career, and right now this is my income, so if I'm not fully focused on this, then there's no way I'm going to be able to support myself with switching between those two. So right now I want to focus on this channel and doing Minecraft stuff, but in the future I might expand to live action stuff. Mostly record Create Mod videos, but honestly, don't know, I'm not getting views. Well, it depends. If you're making videos that don't add anything new to the platform, or the things that, alright, you can sit on the chest, fine. If you're making things that everybody's already done, people aren't gonna really care all that much. Like my big videos for Create Mod, I made a train that was in a style that not a lot of people had done before. It was, I feel like I was really proud of that train. That train looked great. I made a bridge that could support a train going over it and a boat going under it. That had never been done before. I did a video where I made a custom biome with the Create mod. That didn't do as well. I mean, I think it still did well. I can't remember what the views were on that one, but it didn't... Oh, I forgot to sit you down. It didn't bring anything new, so people didn't click on it. Like, it's just a custom biome. Who cares? There was nothing intriguing about that concept specifically. Here, do you want a chest or not? So, yeah, be aware of what you're doing. How can you make it differently? How can you make something that you want to make while also appealing to other people with your same interests? You guys settle down. Settle down, kids. I don't understand that conversation. About Fortnite. I don't see a problem with the game. You can like it or you can not like it, who cares? It's a video game. I like playing it sometimes, but I'm not gonna make that like a prominent part of what I do. I don't have any problem with people who play it. Who cares? It's a video game. If you like playing it, you like playing it. You like playing Minecraft? That's a children's game. Ooh. So? If you have fun with it, who cares? Just because somebody else likes something that you don't like doesn't mean that their opinions about it are gonna A, change, or B, be invalidated. Who cares? It's just a game. Yes. Fortnite, spelled N-I-G-H-T. That means 2 weeks. Wait, no. Yes. Is it Fortnite? Did they change it? Yeah, okay. Fortnite N-I-G-H-T. That's 2 weeks. But it's also a game about building forts. But that's spelled differently. Cutting it close. Keep the PG-ness in the chat, please. You're fine with that, but just be aware this is a PG chat. Yeah. There's a lot of things that people can do. Cutting it close. There's a lot of things that people can do to improve their content, myself included, but there's only so much one person can do. Hey, welcome in. Glad you could make it. Yeah, we're going on longer than I thought I was going to go on. Oh, actually, it's just over 2 hours. It felt like so much more time has passed. I was doing a build project earlier, and then I was just exhausted with building. I was not feeling it, so I was trying to figure out something else to do, and I've gone back to mining for the meantime. Yeah, today is just not it. I think I'll go on for a little bit longer. I think I wasn't feeling great with the building, but I'm okay doing this. So I'll go on for at least another 20 minutes, half an hour, if not more. We'll see. Plus, now that you're here, I can't just leave now. That'd be mean. Let's see, what should I talk about? How about the park? What do I have to talk about the park? Yeah, back to saving the environment. So I want to do sniffer fields here. I gotta figure out what I want to do for transitioning that. Oh, you're good. Yeah, we're not ending just yet. And I understand people got things to do in their lives. I got things I gotta do. You got things you gotta do. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we'll see. That's one thing about streaming as well. You have to keep in mind who your audience is, like where they are time zone wise. And then you also have to keep in mind when your audience is most online. One of the things that YouTube will tell you in your analytics is what time your viewers are most active on the platform. And so I was kind of timing my streams and my video posts based on that. Apparently, a lot of my viewers are online at like 5 in the morning for me, so I usually schedule it around then. But obviously, I'm not going to wake up at 5 in the morning to stream Minecraft, so I have it significantly later, which inconveniences a lot of the viewership, but it's something I can manage, and some people are still on the platform, so... If I had 1 million euros, would I buy Mr. Beast tier setup, editing software, and all that other... 50 loyal fans? 50 loyal fans for sure. First of all, I already have the editing software my dream editing software. I am in a situation where I have I'm really fortunate to have a living space that I can live in. I have editing software that I want to use. I don't really have an upgrade beyond Premiere Pro. That's just the one I like to use, so I'm going to stick with it. My setup is good. Like, I've got good monitors. I would like to upgrade the background, but yeah, whatever. It's pretty good. I'm not unhappy with it, and most of my content doesn't revolve around my setup anyway. So as far as having $1 million or €1 million, I would probably go with the fans. But I think I would only go for the fans if those people were looking to... Yeah, I guess I would go with fans. Like I said before, my goal is to inspire people, but I guess part of the goal of the channel, and I didn't even realize it at the time, was meeting these like-minded creative people, trying to explore elements of my life where I thought I couldn't be efficient in, like with editing or with recording videos, and trying to be better at that and learn about how I make projects. I've done a lot of that without even, like, that wasn't even an intent. So yeah, I think I would go with probably fans. If I can find genuine people who are looking to create things and looking to be entertained, I would much rather have 50 people than $1 million, because sure, $1 million would be nice. I'd be able to afford rent for a long time, but yeah. Some loyal fans gone as soon as my money is gone. And while I would agree with that, by definition, that is not a loyal fan. A loyal fan would be someone who sticks with you through thick and thin. Hey, Marshmallow, welcome in. So, by my definition, having a very genuine audience base, having people who actually can relate to you and have people who can... like, there was a lot of people that connected with that ADHD video, which I wasn't expecting at all. Well, I was expecting it a little bit, but I wasn't expecting it to the extent that actually happened. I thought maybe 4 or 5 people would be like, oh yeah, I can relate to that, but so many more people than I thought could. And those people, they stick around because they like who I am, they like how I do things. They stick around for me. I would consider that a loyal fan. I don't like the term fans, because I think of you guys more as just people than fans. I don't like to consider myself an idol or anything. It seems weird. Yeah, so if you have 1 million viewers who come for the video and they leave after you do something else or you disappear for a month, those aren't loyal fans. Those are just viewers who came for that video. If you have... Yes. If you have 1 million viewers and they click on a video you make because it's something you wanted to make and they like the way you interact with your tool set, your recording, they like the way you commentate, they like the stories you tell, anything like that, they like the information you provide, anything like that, and they stay, then I think that would be considered a loyal viewer. Yeah, so I would rather have 50 people who can be inspired and 50 people who can create the things they want to create. Because if I inspire someone, that's literally what my goal is. I want to make it a career, but I also like to be able to tell stories and stuff. Yeah, we're hurting nature in the name of nature. I was working on a medieval build, but I just really was not feeling it, so now I'm working on this instead. I think I'm actually digging too deep. I need to fix my free cam again. Every time I do like a thumbnail or something, I slow down the... Oh, okay, I'm good. I slow down the free cam speed. Oh yeah, loyal viewers are not people you buy. Those are... Yeah, we're good. I can keep going. Loyal viewers are not people you buy. They're not showing up for you. They're showing up for a financial obligation. I would not consider that. What if you do a series collaborating with other small YouTubers? Like, kind of okay. Well, first of all, I don't have a viewer base that that would really, like, if I had 1 million subscribers, I could see that being beneficial, but I have 5K. I don't have a large following for that to even work if I wanted to, but I don't think I would. Where my ideals lie, I like to interact with people who are looking to invent and to create and be inspired and do things. My values for my channel expand to my collaborations, so I don't think I would do that. If you had something that made you happy, like filmmaking or music or art, anything like that, and that was something your heart was set on, not views, and that was something I also like to do, because obviously a collaboration has to go both ways, then I might say yes. I would have to be interested in the project. But as far as just making a video to get somebody views, that seems so wrong to me. Yeah, I was working on a different build. I don't know if it's the ad blockers or not. I thought it was, but then, like, my brother, who also uses the same ad blocker, wasn't having that problem. It might be an update with the ad blocker itself and something they've changed, because they did do a big update right when that started being a problem. That's why I have YouTube Premium now, is because there was no way for me to figure it out, and the easiest solution... Discord Nitro gave me 3 free months of Premium, so I've just been living off of that. So as soon as the subscription ends, the free subscription, I will probably be getting ads again, which is wonderful. Love that. Yeah, that seems to be true too. There's an inconsistent version of either YouTube or ad blockers that seems to be working and not working for specific people, which sucks. I don't think that there's too many ads, but yeah. A lot of the money that... I'm not actually sure what the exact ratio is, but some of the money goes to the creators. The way I'm able to pay for my audio library and the way I'm able to sustain myself is through people watching those ads. That's how I'm able to do what I do. YouTube Premium? You can use a site that mirrors YouTube. Well, I got YouTube Premium for free. I'm not paying for it. That's why I was so okay with it. What gave me the name Laynce? The name Laynce comes from my name, Laynce. But the Y was... I've gone through many different usernames. I was once Rocket Lance. I was once... what else have I been? At Lancelot. I've always liked the idea of having my name in it, because it's who I am. But the reason why Laynce stuck is because I was thinking, I like something short. I think a short username is fun to have. It's easy to remember, and it reflects who I am. So I was like, I need a short username. And I was going to do Lancey, L-A-N-C-E-Y, because that's what a lot of people will nickname me as, Lancey Pants. But that was taken. So I moved the Y over, and I don't know why I moved the Y over, but I moved the Y over to Laynce. And I was like, that looks cool. It's unique. No one's named Laynce. And so people pronounce my name Laynce now, and it just stuck. And I like the name. I'm sticking with it. If I were forced to be into YouTube Premium, I would leave YouTube. That's true. But right now, especially from a content creation standpoint, switching to Vimeo, or I don't even know what the other ones are. Any other video, like long form video, A, there's less people. And B, there's... Like, YouTube has so many more tools than a lot of those other ones have. So, I don't know. there's a lot of reasons why I'm not giving any money from YouTube Premium. Like, I'm paying nothing for my subscription because I have Discord Nitro. I got it for free for 3 months. So I'm not spending any money on YouTube Premium, at least right now. They give you access to movies too, which is nice. I don't have any other subscriptions that pay for movies on my own. But ad blocker, I used to use it, and if it continues to work, I will continue to use it as soon as this subscription ends. The one thing I don't like about ad blocker is it doesn't work on mobile. So now that I have YouTube Premium, I don't have to watch an ad on my phone when I'm like eating lunch. Which, by the way, I totally forgot to answer your question. No, I have not eaten. I need to do that later. At the end of the stream, I'll definitely eat lunch. I don't think it really matters what your username is. It matters who you're talking to, or who you're addressing to. Like B000100, you wouldn't look at that name and think, oh, that's a great username. But it works because people liked the content, they stuck around, they learned the name, and it stuck with them. Dream, that's like a really common word. People know that word. It's a word that exists. He was able to snag onto that with his viewers. People recognized him as Dream. People could recognize you as Hacker Boy. I don't like the name. That's just my opinion, though. But as far as does it work for YouTube, I don't think it doesn't. I don't think it wouldn't work. It's just how you have other people perceive you. I used to be at Laynce a lot, and that name could have worked too. It just depends on if you grow or not. If your name is Bob123, I'll bring back that name from the last stream, and you make 1 million videos and none of them pop off, people aren't going to recognize Bob123. But if your name is Bob123 and you get 2 billion views on all your videos, people know the name Bob123. It doesn't really matter what your username is. The username doesn't affect how memorable you are. It's what you bring to the platform. I've heard of Nebula, but I don't really know. I thought Nebula was like an educational platform. 98. I actually have to disagree. I have a better number, and for some reason I can't even think of it. I have a notes page in my phone where I have favorite things because I can't remember what my favorite things are. My favorite number is 37. So you have the wrong name. 98. That's not the best number. It's 37. I'll have you know. It's a nice number to look at. Drawing 3s, drawing 7s, very nice. And then you add 7 and 3, that makes 10. Like, come on, that's just a great number. I know there are other numbers that do that too, but still. Most big YouTubers I watch create Nebula. Yeah, I haven't heard much about Nebula. I need to look into that more. I'm gonna drop this for the ore. Probably already let some of it despawn. Name reminds me of Hacker. Yeah. When I see the name Hacker Boy, the first thing I can think of is a 13-year-old who wants to be like a professional malware developer, but then doesn't know what any of that entails. So as far as liking your name, I guess that is something that people have to keep in mind is what do people immediately think of when they think of your name. I think Hacker Boy is also just a very generic username. The amount of people who I've probably seen with the exact same username is vast. But that's just me. It could work. It depends on what you have people perceive. If you make good videos that resonate with people, that make people feel good about themselves, and your name is Hacker Boy, then yeah, that would work. Your opinion on Streamlabs or OBS? I use OBS just because that's what I stuck with, and I don't feel like having... I record as well, so streaming is not my priority, and my settings were already set up for OBS, and that's just something I stuck with and have continued to use. I was also just getting issues with Streamlabs using it, so I stuck with OBS, and it works. So I don't bother changing it. Why try to fix it if there's nothing wrong with it? Nebula's great. It's mostly for educational content. Yeah, I don't think that a lot of my content really fits with that. I'm gonna leave this here because I do have educational videos, but then a lot of my content is challenges or ambience videos or let's plays, and I don't think that would really fit. Oh, that was close. I need to remember to do that. Look down every few seconds. Mr. Beast could be Mr. Beast? That is a super or not unique. Sorry, super. What's the word? Common name. Like Beast, people love that. Or people love to use that in their usernames. It's such a generic, that's the word I was looking for, such a generic username. But because of what he does and the way he grew, people recognize Mr. Beast as that guy. They know who that person is, and everybody who has Beast in their username or is named Mr. Beast no longer is recognized, because Mr. Beast, though his name might be very generic, he grew in such a way that people just recognize who he is. So it doesn't really matter what your name is. Bob was somebody else on the stream, last stream, had their username as one of those, if you pronounce it, like it looks normal, but then you pronounce it and it says something inappropriate. And I said, that's a lame username. You should change it to something like, I don't know, Bob123. And then they changed it to Bob123. What a W move right there. That's such a cool guy. I'm sure Bob123 is doing great things in the world. But yeah, that was just the first username I can think of. It was something generic, and it was something that adding 3 numbers at the end of your name or 2 numbers at the end of your name without meaning doesn't really... It just seems very generic. I used to have numbers at the end of my name. I used to be... Maybe I didn't. I used to be Pixel Rabbit. And I had the 3 as the E in Pixel. Yeah. I would say non-existent, but it actually is existent, because that guy changed his name to it. A number tier list? Oh man, that would take forever, considering there is a large number of numbers. Do you cross servers? Like, crossovers? I don't think Coldcraft or Revolutions has ever done a crossover with anybody else or themselves. I know they haven't with themselves, but I don't think Coldcraft has ever had a crossover. 7. 7's an okay number. It's not bad. Not me cross. Apparently not me. Apparently... Wow, I can't read. Apparently not crossing me. 7777. Say if I grow 5k, would you do collab? Again, it's not the numbers. Numbers do not matter to me. It's what you produce. Do you make content that is inspiring, that aligns to what I do? And if it doesn't, maybe there's somebody else that would collaborate with you. But I'm not going to collaborate based off a number. I'm going to collaborate based off what you do, what your ideals are. That is something I value more than numbers. Like Incy, he has, like I said, like what, 5 or 6 times the amount of subscribers and viewers that I have. But we work together because our ideals on the platform are similar enough that we work. And we're just good friends, so that works there. We were inviting people to our server with numbers of subscribers way higher than us, but a lot of them said yes, or even way lower than us. Like I think at the time, Emmy had like 100 subscribers when we invited her, but she said yes because it was something she was interested in. It was something that she felt would do good for the platform, and it was something unique and had a fresh take on it. And I think that is how you will get collaborations, is people who have similar ideals to you. So for you and I, it doesn't seem like we have the same ideals. I'm going to say no. Oh, I thought the game was going to crash. A number would not affect it. How about your username? Appletree, thinking it. Appletree, I think, is a cool username. As far as originality goes, I've never seen anybody with Appletree. The one thing I did have a question about, though, and I forgot to ask, is that a leaf of an apple tree, or is that just a leaf? Because so you're named Apple Tree, and then you have like a spruce tree, which I know that's not a spruce tree, but if it's a spruce tree, pine or needle, I think that'd be pretty funny to have your username be similar to your profile picture, but still just not the right, or not matching. Like if your name was Blue Guy, and your username or your profile picture was a dude with red, or like a red hoodie, I think that'd be pretty funny. Because it's still a dude and a color, but then it's not the right one. So yeah, I don't know if that's an apple tree or not, but I think that is a cool username. I haven't seen that one before. Autumn Leaf. Okay, let's see. I mean, if you like Apple Tree more, stick with Apple Tree. If you like the other name more, stick with that one. How do you have that sick name in your pickaxe? You helped me so much client side. Nice! I'm really glad that helped. That was one of the things I was hoping to do with that video, was share what I thought improved the game. And I've got more of those videos on the way as well. That's not the only two. I got more at least planned. I got a list of mods, but I haven't written the script for 2 of them, and I haven't recorded one of them. But yes, I'm glad that helped. This mod, I believe, is... what is it called? It's called Text Animator. And literally, it's... you know how in Discord, and I don't think it's on YouTube or not, but you do like a colon, and then you type the username emoji, and then colon. If you do that on both sides of the text, then it will give it an animation. So like the blade has a rainbow effect. The Clement has this like nice subtle calming bouncing, and then my fortune pickaxe is like wild because it's, you know, crazy and it's supposed to help me remember. That's like, oh, silk touch is so nice and smooth, and then fortune, it turns it into cobblestone, it breaks the block. Wild, you're crazy. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, Text Animator, that is what that mod is called. Then stick with Apple Tree. If you like Apple Tree, do that. A lot of the usernames I've had over the years, I don't even know how or why I decided that was a good idea, but some of them just worked. It's a maple leaf. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was a little bit off. I couldn't pinpoint exactly if it made sense or not, but something was like, wait a second, hold on. Is that actually an apple leaf? I don't know what an apple leaf looks like. But I do know what a maple leaf looks like. I don't think apples grow on maple trees. I don't know. There's a texture pack called Jickless. I think it's Jicklus. The icon for that texture pack is a golden leaf. You might look at that for inspiration as far as pixel art, because it is a pixel art image. It looks really nice. The texture pack itself is really good. Not how I like to play the game anymore. I used to like that texture pack a lot, but I really like the vanilla textures. But anyway, that specific image might be some good inspiration to look into. Yeah. I do like the apple tree leaf, or the maple leaf that you drew. I think that looks really good. I thought it was funny that your name is Apple Tree, but then you have a maple leaf as your profile picture. I like my name. Oh, that's okay. That makes a lot more sense, Lion. I was confused because I was like lion tack, like a thumbtack, but for lions. That makes a whole lot more sense now. Lion's attack. Yeah, okay. Oh, is it an actual word? I didn't know that. That's alright. I wrote a song when I was very young called Midnight City, and it was literally heart and soul, but then I flipped it and changed the tempo of the keys. And I was like, Midnight City, that's such a cool name, no one's ever done that. And then it turns out, was it Black Eyed Peas or something, made a song called Midnight City probably before I did. And so I was so bummed to find out that it already existed. Oh gosh, Johnny Appleseed. I remember learning about that in elementary school. Oh, neck. Ooh. I do know about Hightail. I don't know much about it, but I know it exists, and that it's been in development for a long time. So as far as details, I know pretty much nothing, but I might make a video on it when it releases, or if it releases for that matter. I'm not sure. It seems like it would be up my alley, but probably not something I'd make content on, at least on the main channel. It might be a second channel thing. Profile picture's the same on Discord. Yeah. That's and that's nice too, because it helps me identify you over other people in Discord and in the streams, because I see that profile picture and I now recognize it. So I know the name and I know the picture. Having them the same on both platforms does help. The landscape. I'm gonna put the landscape back. I'm clearing land so I can make land. I'm all about nature, even if I'm tearing it apart. I'm gonna make it even more beautiful. I'm gonna reintroduce extinct species into the environment. I'm very pro nature, and you know, I'm very very careful about how I do my terraforming and how I don't tear up any land, because I want to make sure everything is natural and preserved and not man-made, because I would never do that. That seems just terrible. It's a video game, okay? I'm making what I want to make, using the things I have to make it with. When you see the finished product, it's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be like, whoa, I'm so glad that he tore up all this land. It looks so amazing and awesome, and it embraces nature so much. Would never happen if I didn't do it. See, I'm blowing your mind here with all these facts and knowledge, and you're being educated right now. This is education. I am preserving the lands. Dang, four skeleton death barrage. I just want to fill up the shulker box and I'll go sleep. Is my channel focused on create mod reviews? None of the above. My channel is, if I have an idea and I think people will enjoy the idea, or even if they don't, I just do it. So it's not focused on anything. My focus is on inspiring and being creative. But as far as what I actually make on the channel, I have a few series going, but my focus is on none of the above. Like, I do a lot of things. I've been in challenge videos, I've made skits, I'm a part of 2 SMPs technically, 3 SMPs, 4 SMPs? 4 SMPs if you count Tall World. I do challenges, I do cinematic, I do a ton of stuff. So I'm not focused on anything, but I do have some series that seem to persist. Coldcraft and Create Mod, or I might as well spoil it. I'm doing a Create Mod series that'll might start next week. We'll see. I've been working on a mod pack and perfecting that, and then also I want to try to finish Create Mod World's Fair before I start another Create Mod series. But yeah, I am doing another Create Mod series that I'm starting pretty soon. Okay, what's the mod for the crosshair? That is dynamic crosshair. The one that hides it until I'm looking at something? Yeah, that's dynamic crosshair. I've also got auto HUD, but because I have to be attentive of my durability on tools and big projects and stuff, I generally don't play with auto HUD. But that one will hide the hotbar and actually individual parts. So if I just want the health or just want the hotbar, I could have those stay and the other things go away. But yeah, maybe I'll do that, keep the hotbar, and then get rid of like the armor stuff. That might be a good idea. In fact, I think I actually am going to do that. I can just have it, if my health is less than max, then it displays, but if not, it hides itself. I think that's a good idea. I'd say it will be huge, tons of stuff and features, too much to talk about. Not even a lot of shown. Incredible mod support. Even you can animate the model inside the game. Because it would be so much text. Yeah, I'm excited. I do want to try playing Hytale when it comes out. I do think that's a very cool concept, and I think it's going to be a very fun game to play. But as far as content, I don't think I will at least post it on the main channel. Probably. Yeah, I do think it's going to be rather large or rather well received, and how people are very hyped up for it, assuming it lives up to what it's been perceived to be. We'll see. Hopefully it's as amazing as people hope it is. Excuse me. Whoa. I need to sit up. Wait, so much. Yeah, I used to play Trove a lot. That was like my grind game. It was really easy to play. I didn't have to think about it too much. I have like 600 hours in Trove. It's insane. What is my PC like specs? Oh, I know pretty much nothing about my computer. I know I have the performance. I've got an AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT, which I'm pretty sure is good. Like, my dad was the one who picked out the parts for this. I have no clue what any of this stuff means. I've got 32 gigs of memory. I've got the other thing that's AMD Ryzen 9 5900 12-core processor. So I've got pretty good stuff. And then I've got two 32-inch monitors too. Honestly, you can make content on the crappiest devices. I used to make videos on a really crappy Mac, and I was able to do it despite recording it in windowed. I didn't have a webcam. I had the photo booth app open, and then Minecraft was like kind of minimized, so you could see my desktop. So I found a way to do it despite having like basically no tools. But I have a pretty good computer, and I have a laptop too that probably could hold up to the amount of mods I have on my client. I have, as far as making a YouTuber setup, that I think is a stupid term, because you can be a YouTuber and have a very minimal setup. You don't have to have a godly computer to be able to make things. Like I said, I used to make skits with iMovie, and I recorded on this crappy Canon camera. I used to record Minecraft videos, and I recorded my windowed desktop with no game audio, and it was at like 12 frames. A YouTuber setup could be an iPhone. Depends on what content you make. I used to make, like, one of the videos I made before I solidified Minecraft as my core game. I did a what was it? It was a FNAF video, but I played FNAF Mobile. It had no game audio. It was really unentertaining, but you can make things without a $4,800 computer. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta start somewhere. Making something means there's something there that wasn't there yesterday. That's already progress. You've already done something that is impressive. You've made a video. The day before it was posted, it didn't exist. It wasn't there. So just make something. And that is enough for a start. I don't have any direct. Development started 2015. That's wild. The fact that is 9 years ago is wild to me. Like 2015, that's what I consider childhood, but it does not feel like it's been that long. That's crazy. There's no way. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not possible. There's no way 2015 was 9 years ago. That makes me feel old. That's crazy. Oh yeah, no, having a nice computer does make your game run smoother, but you can get smooth gameplay with the replay mod, and like rendering it, that itself makes the game smooth. You don't have to have a high-end computer to render things. It will take longer, but it's not going to decrease the quality all that much. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. I am backed up. Let's see. Making the engine. Okay. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Okay. Playing phone and console. Oh, you can play mobile too. Neat. Current, but not now. Okay. I'll have to keep up on Hot Tales development. I like the concept. I haven't seen a whole lot on it. I need to look into it more. iMovie is, for what it is, a free editing software, is quite good. I still think DaVinci Resolve beats it as far as how much you can do with the program. But if you have a Mac and you want a very simple editing software that doesn't take a whole lot of time to get used to learning, iMovie is a fantastic tool for that. It lets you do cuts, you can do basic slow motion, basic title cards, like it has a lot of basic capabilities. I still would recommend DaVinci Resolve over that for a free editing software, just because you can do more with it. But iMovie is by no means a bad tool to have in possession. And there are things where I don't want to open up my, like, if I have a video on my phone I want to edit, I don't want to open up my Premiere and start a new project for a really stupid thing. I'll edit it on the phone version of iMovie, and it has the capabilities to do the things that I want to do because it's so simple. Not Minecraft stuff, like making memes or whatever. that kind of thing. Or, yeah, just making memes or pasting 2 videos together. I don't want to... iMovie is so simple and easy to use. You can just do it easy. So yeah, iMovie, great. Wonderful tool. For making long form, though, DaVinci Resolve's probably the way to go. If it wasn't for the game, it'd be released long ago. I mean, that makes sense. Having a game finished definitely makes it a better game. Like Cyberpunk released, and it was by no means a finished product, and yet it released. Got a lot of negative backlash because of that, but they were kind of pressured on time. They wanted to add more and make it feel more complete, and I would rather wait longer and have a really good game than wait less time and have an incomplete one. That's just how I feel about it. Sometimes the glitches in the game can make it better, but you have to have a really funny set of glitches, not one that just annoy the player. Like Minecraft has glitches that can be utilized as features, and some of the bugs have been redefined as features because people like them so much. They're making the game, some Minecraft server rules or something. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder what it could have been. I'm gonna think back. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, did they? Hytale was sold to Riot. Interesting. I hate the Riot launcher. It's so intrusive. The way it, like, lives on my computer is... Why couldn't it just be like Steam, where it's a program? I tried to uninstall it, and it's still there. They really need to, like, overhaul how that program interacts with the computer. But yeah, Riot, that's not a terrible company to... In that, especially that type of game, I feel like Riot makes sense. Well, the thing about Minecraft is it's kind of a modular game. Minecraft will never be finished because they keep... Minecraft is a finished game. They've already finished the game. But it depends on what your definition of finished is. Because as far as like having an objective, having an end goal, it's a sandbox game. You get to define that. They give you a end, like they say go defeat the Ender Dragon. That is a finished game by definition. But they keep expanding on what you can do in it. They give you more tools to work with, more blocks to build with, more features to play around with. That adds to the content. It's like a free DLC. So instead of thinking as Minecraft as a continually updated, like it's not an early access game. It is a complete functioning game. The game is complete. But the thing about Minecraft is it is ever changing. So while it is complete, they keep redefining what that word means because they keep adding new stuff. I think that's wonderful. You don't have to pay extra money for more content. There is consistent updates. They're adding new things that are fleshed out and they work for every level of player. There's so many reasons why Minecraft is doing so well, and that's one of them, is consistency and accessibility. A lot of people wouldn't be able to play Minecraft if not for Bedrock Edition. Even though Java is the superior version, people wouldn't be able to play the game if Bedrock didn't exist. All the games nowadays have been releasing half-finished stuff. CS2, Forza. I don't think CS2 is unfinished. I think CS2, they added 2 to the end of it to make it seem like it was a different game. But it was really just, they recoded it. They added new features, or they changed the way the game performs and looks, but it's not a new game. Calling it a sequel is kind of a bad move on their end. But the reason they did it is probably for publicity. That's the same way. Let's see, what's the word? What's the other game I'm trying to think of? Overwatch 2. Literally, they made some graphical changes, they made some UI changes, and a few gameplay changes, but it's still the same game. Don't try to argue on me that that's not just the same game. And I think a lot of the player base knows that too. Is making my first map into CS2. I mean, it's a tool, and the fact that you're able to use that tool is awesome. A lot of games don't have that customization. You can't just load up the game and have a toolbox at your disposal to make the things you want to make. The fact that Minecraft and Fortnite and CS2 and I guess technically TF2, because they're technically the same, Like you're using the same program to make maps and stuff. But anyway, those kind of games which give you tools to make your own things, though sometimes limited, is sometimes the reason why games survive. The modding community in Minecraft absolutely was one of the reasons it's still where it is today in popularity. Let's see. Hightail isn't a sandbox game. Oh, I was talking about Minecraft. Oh, is it? Okay. Being a point, I want to try the break animating thing. In my mind, Hightail and Minecraft, basically the same game. I think Hightail, from what I know, is going to be more objective based. The focus is more on adventure rather than creativity. Minecraft, you can build medieval, you can build futuristic, you can go on an adventure. Your priority can be, if you do modded content, you could do it, make the game really difficult. There are so many things you can do with Minecraft, and that's why it's a sandbox game. Gary's Mod, sandbox game. Those are games that give you tools and you make things with. Hightail, from what I can tell, it's just a game where it's like an RPG. It's a themed Minecraft that has an objective, but the whole game has that objective instead of the players defining what that objective is. That's not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about that. But from what I can tell, it does seem like Minecraft has the one up as far as creative tools. I prefer CS Source. The bots are much better and not go. Yeah, I never played CS:GO. I have, but like not to the point where I know everything about it. I was really into TF2 early on in my life. Like that was a big thing. I played a lot of that. Kind of want to know how many hours I have on Minecraft now that I think about it, which is totally unrelated to the last sentence I said, but it popped into my mind. Oh, I'm gonna miss my stand-up again. Hold on. We're going back up here. Bedrock the clone. I don't think that Bedrock is a clone, because it's still made by Mojang. A clone is a third party that's making, like, copying an already existing project in hopes that people will mistake it for the original game. That's literally what clones are. Bedrock is not a clone. Bedrock is a... How can I put this in the correct terminology? Bedrock allows... I don't know how to say it. It's another toolbox. For those who don't have access to Java Minecraft, Bedrock gives you another way to interact with the toolbox. And it is different. You have different tools, you have different restrictions, but you have more tools. You've got... can't think of anything at the moment, but there are some differences, like the color of the water and the fact that for some reason you can only put shields in your offhand. Those are things I don't think should be a part of it, but there are differences. It's more compatible. Yeah, it's made to work with weaker systems. There's less junk. They've reprogrammed Minecraft from scratch to be cleaner. So it runs more smoothly. It might have less features, but it's supposed to be accessible. That's the whole point of Bedrock Edition. I'm trying to move my arms more, so... Oh, it already counted. So that counts my stand-up. Let's keep the language appropriate in the chat, please. 98. What game are you looking forward to most in 24? Pacific Drive. I haven't heard of that one. Man's Ultimate. I think I have heard of that one. I think those are both racing games. I want to get into racing games, but I know it's going to be like a temporary motivational thing. Like I was gifted still don't know who, a racing wheel for Christmas with no tag on it, but it was addressed to me. And I have no idea who did it, but I was like, wow, I wanted to learn how to drive, and I thought if I can't afford a vehicle, maybe learning online would be great. So having a steering wheel would be cool would be a cool way to learn. So like I have American Truck Driving Simulator and Ultimate Car Driving Simulator. It's a not great steering wheel, but I've actually have learned some stuff from it. Anyway, I wanted to get into racing games, and I don't feel like I would be able to keep myself to it. But yeah, probably the biggest game I'm looking forward to. There was a game that I can't think of. I don't even... Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I thought of it. Shapes 2, which is an automation game. Really looking forward to that. And then... Echo Point what? Echo Point Beta? Echo Point Nova. I don't know when that's coming out, but that's such a fun game. It's like TF2, like not Team Fortress 2. Titanfall 2 had a baby with Doom. It's a movement shooter, but it's very story based, or it's going to be story based, from what I've gotten from the demo. I have like probably 15 hours on that game, and it has like no content. It's just really fun to move around. Bedrock made to work better with weaker systems. Yes. Bedrock not made by Mojang, made by Microsoft. Ah, okay. I mean, I would argue it is the same game. There are different goals for Minecraft Bedrock and Minecraft Java, but as far as communication goes, it doesn't seem like they do it very well. Or at all, for that matter. But it is the same game, it's just a different way to play. I don't think it's a clone. Because Mojang is owned by Microsoft. They have to have some level of communication. There's no way they just let them do whatever they want. Microsoft is going to want to make Minecraft as cost-effective as possible. They're gonna be on their butt about that for sure. It'll never catch up to the actual game. I'm not sure. Bedrock. A lot of people play Bedrock. Like, it does seem like, oh, everybody plays Java, but the amount of people that do content creation, a majority of them play Java. There is a ton more people who play Bedrock who don't do content creation. That's something I've learned about pretty recently. There's a lot of people playing on Bedrock. Maybe not as much as Java, but there is a ton. Like a ton. A number that I don't have in my mind, but when I saw it, it was like, I didn't expect there to be that many Bedrock players. All of Bedrock exclusive can be attained by downloading. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not the point of Bedrock Edition. Again, the point of Bedrock Edition is to be accessible to those with lower end computers. So you can still play Minecraft without the junk that is the old code of Java Edition. At the moment, and they're trying to fix this with a lot of the updates, people complain about lack of features, but a lot of the reason why Minecraft is so slow for a lot of people is because it's really old code that they're just adding more to. Whereas Bedrock Edition, they coded it from scratch, so it's imitating Java Edition in a much more cleaner coding environment. That's why I think it's like the whole point was to be Minecraft. It wasn't to be like Minecraft. It was supposed to be another more user-friendly, more easy to run version of the game. I don't think it's a clone. I have nothing wrong with Bedrock, but I'm not switching. But yeah, Bedrock exclusives you can absolutely run with the Java mods, and that's one of the reasons why it's different, is because Java Edition is made to be modified. Whereas Bedrock Edition is supposed to be simple in how you can play it. You're supposed to have the ability to play the game, but the point of Bedrock is not to be able to customize it and add on a ton of stuff. When they have these packs for Minions or Batman or whatever, first of all, I don't think those should be paid for, but you know, whatever. When you have those things, it allows some level of creativity, whether that be from the player or the creator of a map, to be implemented into the base game that mods cannot provide. Or mods that could be on Java. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. You can add mods to your Java client. That's good. You have the ability to add your own customizations to play the way you want to play. But Bedrock Edition is made to be playable on lower end computers, which means the ability to customize the game and make the code heavier is not enforced. You're not allowed to add a ton of mods. You can't make RLcraft on Bedrock Edition because it's supposed to be simple and playable. And there's a ton of bugs on pretty much every game. And Java Edition has it, Bedrock Edition has it. There's no arguing about bugs. There's bugs everywhere. We live in the world. There's bugs all over the place. I need more shulker boxes. Yep, there we go. I need more wood, too. I've got wood over here. I'm also going to drop that. I got more space. Pacific Drive is more of a driving survival. Oh, I did hear about that. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I have been... I'm curious to see how that game will run. Not performance-wise, but how it plays out. I don't think that's the kind of game I would probably play, but it's one I would definitely watch. That seems like a really fun game. Le Mans is the official Works Endurance Championship. I still don't know what that means, but I know Le Mans is a race. Oh, did I? Man, I placed the shulker boxes. I'm just gonna grab that. But yeah, Le Mans is a race in, I want to say France, but I think that's actually not. I think it's Italy. No, Le Mans is French. Technically, it's Le Mans. That was the Italian thing, not French. Whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Italian. But then yeah, I'm not sure. It's not American. I know that. Probably. I know nothing about racing. I just watched that Ford versus Ferrari movie. That was a while ago. Anyway, yeah, that sounds fun. I want to play a Pacific Drive, or at least watch it. I want to see how the gameplay interacts. The gameplay works before buying the game. I know it's not going to be free. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I could drive to Olympic National Park if I wanted to. That's not too far of a drive from where I am. Why is that zombie there? Excuse you. Can't run Bedrock on my console without FPS. Well, it depends on what console you're running it on. If you're running on an Xbox 360, that's unfortunately the hardware you're running it on. That is some old old tools you're using there. But if you're running it on like a not PS5, like a Xbox One or something, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to run that. That is ridiculous. But yeah, it's more accessible, not 100% accessible. It allows for more option, not 100%, because there's no way to be able to run it on every single device in the world. There are some computers that can't run the most basic games. It's ridiculous. But Java Edition is very clunky. Bedrock Edition is very simple and allows for more people to be able to play the game. But yeah, no, a lot of people will still get frame rate drops. But it does depend on what you're playing on. I want to get rid of my cape. Skins, emotes, outfits. How do I get rid of capes? Featured? Outfits. No. Cosmetics. That's what it is. Why does it still have... whatever. I'm not doing a very good job of keeping up with the chat. It's getting hot in this room. They hoped Bedrock would include all of Java. Kept adding. Yeah, well, the problem with merging with Java is there's so many incompatibilities with Bedrock and Java Edition. The problem, that like the number one issue is they're different code. You can't just, like, if you have a mod, and that's another thing, if they were to merge them, mods would be done for. Like, people would have to start completely from scratch because all the code would be different. Now there's two different sets of codes. That's another problem with the inconsistency between Bedrock and Java. I think, yeah, I'll just come back here every time I need to empty my stone. Yeah, that's, they keep adding, like, they keep the updates consistent. Bedrock is continuously upgrading smaller things to make it more playable. Even Java's doing that as well. They're trying to make the game run better, and they've done that. 1.18 introduced so many things that make... If you load up 1.16 right now, compared to 1.20, the game is so much slower. like ridiculously slower. They've done a fantastic job at making Java Edition more playable. And it still is performance intensive. The game is still very clunky, but they've done a huge increase in playability with these last few updates. And that's one of the reasons people are complaining about features. Is they're like, oh, they're introducing a sniffer and it doesn't add very much, which I agree. I think it should have more, but they're doing more than just adding sniffer. Behind the scenes, there's a ton that you don't even see. I know this because I've done programming, I've done game design. I understand making the game run better for the sake of making it run better and not just adding new content. If the game can be smoother because there's less going on at once, that will make the playability of your game way, 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 way better. I used to make games on Scratch, and I had this one zombie game that I would just continuously update, and I would recode the whole thing every time I wanted to change something, because I thought, this is a way I could do this better. This is a way I can make the code less clunky. I could make this, instead of making this this ammo counter 2 numbers that are counted, like, anyway, it's like there's ways that you can do certain functions in a game that are just way cleaner. And so Java and Bedrock are trying to do that at the same time, independently from one another, merging the 2 versions incredibly difficult. And yeah, that would just ruin modding. And modding is a huge part of Minecraft. You can't deny that. Sodium has a lot of inconsistency. Like, there's a lot of errors you can get, and I've made the perfect combo that doesn't seem to have too many errors, but there's so many problems with a lot of mods, which is why they didn't implement Sodium into the game. Even though it is such a performance booster. The fact that you need it to run is still kind of an issue, but I run so many mods, I have to have it. Anyway, that was way off track. Yeah, no, it's gonna take a long time if it ever merges. I don't see Microsoft doing that because they make a lot of money off of Bedrock. And that would take a ton more work than they're probably willing to do. We'll see what happens, though. They might prove me wrong. Bedrock Edition is highly exploitable? I'm not sure. I've literally never played Bedrock Edition, so I can't speak on things like that, because I'm not sure exactly how the game is privacy-wise. But I'm assuming that's something they're constantly aware of and trying to patch out. Java's had its fair shares of memory leaks, not memory leaks, privacy leaks as well. That was the whole thing with the 2-factor authentication, getting that cape. Though literally the whole point of that was so that Microsoft could be more dominant. Like, it forces you to interact with Microsoft when playing Minecraft, but then also it adds an extra layer of security as far as your personal information. Let's see, the studio behind Minecraft Legacy should create Bedrock, not Microsoft. Create Bedrock, not... Oh, I see. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Microsoft is a billion-dollar company. There's no way that would ever happen. Businesses like their money. Mr. Squidward. I want Bedrock to... Yeah, I'm super behind. Hold on, let me just take a second to read this. I want Bedrock to be modded too, but it's too difficult. Yeah, I think Minecraft, one of the reasons why it worked, why Bedrock, or why, hold on, I lost my train of thought. Wanted Bedrock to be modded too, it's too difficult. Yeah, so they made, I think Java was made with player added additions in mind, whereas Bedrock was made to be functional, and its priority was to be Minecraft, not to... When Minecraft was being made the first time, it was a game that people could add their own stuff, and the developers would add on to it as well. Bedrock Edition was made to imitate the first game, to imitate Minecraft Java Edition. So their goals were not to make it as add-on friendly as Java's is. There's a whole thing. I'm sure I can't speak for Microsoft either. I don't know exactly. These are just what I think is probably the case. Their focus was not to make it mods super accessible right off the bat. It was to make a game that people could add additions to. Like, if you have a game and you make the game available for... I need to stop. Can't. I gotta focus on the chat. If you make a game and say this game, as I'm building it, people should be able to add their own stuff. You make that game, boom, you have a game that is being built, it is progressing, and is being structured as the development process goes. People are able to add in their own concepts, they're able to add in their own additions to the game. If you have another game, say for example, Bedrock Edition, they're trying to make that first game. So this growing of the initial game has already happened. Now they're trying to make a second one. So now there's two of them. They're trying to duplicate. This hand graph is not working. Their focus is trying to just double the game rather than make it... I don't know how to explain this. I probably... whatever. Yeah, the whole point of Bedrock Edition is to make it accessible. There are bugs added to the game. It's called bees. Very true. The hat is a custom model. This is actually a carved pumpkin. You can see Minecraft. What is that symbol called? That's a colon. Minecraft colon carved pumpkin. So it's a retextured carved pumpkin. I have a texture pack that removes the pumpkin blur, so I can look at Enderman. I'll be fine. But it allows for custom hats. I can't do custom other things because helmets render differently than pumpkins do. But all the Hermitcraft people who wear hats and stuff, they have custom carved pumpkins on their head. It is a resource pack, yeah. But I have a data pack that allows the vanilla textures specifically for items and carved pumpkins to be retextured as other models. So I can change the shape in addition to the texture. So I made it in Blockbench. It is in French. Okay, cool. Thing is that Bedrock has so many bugs that even Java's... Thing is that Bedrock has so many bugs that even Java is jealous. I'm not quite sure what that means. I think their priority is probably also computer versions. Like, people can play Minecraft on Xbox, but I think their priority is making the game more playable on PCs or computers in general. Other games run fine. Yeah, Minecraft is just a clunky game. Having an Xbox port would absolutely add... Because you got to think about all this code is made for the computer. Now turning that into a console game, they have to restructure all of the computer code into console code. That takes forever. Especially in games like God of War, for example, which it's been so... I really want to play Ragnarok, but that's not the point. It takes them forever to port the game over to another console because there's so many things they have to make work with less buttons. Minecraft, you got the whole keyboard to work with. Console, you got like what, 16 buttons or something? How do you do all the things that Minecraft can do with 16 buttons? They got to make sure everything is convenient. They got to make sure everything is functional. There's a ton of different things that have to be taken into consideration. Laynce does rhyme with France. It also rhymes with pants. And nope, that's it. Those are the only words that can rhyme with my name. World Endurance Championship Racing Series. Oh, that's cool. Neat. For FPS problems, Java, there are mods like Sodium, NVIDIA, and more. But the problems with NVIDIA and Sodium is they don't work with everything in the game. There are still rendering issues. There are still bugs that happen. Like for a while, you would have Sodium and there would just be random chunks that wouldn't render light, so it'd just be pitch black for no reason. That bug, Sodium has patched out. But there are still bugs with mods. A lot of mods are like, oh yeah, I won't work with Sodium. So they would have to not only adapt Sodium into Minecraft's base code, but then also make sure it functions with a lot of people's additions, because otherwise the base game cannot work with those people's mods. And that is a problem. There's a ton of stuff that that benefit the game from modding capacity, but then if you introduce that to the base game, there's so much more that it's just you don't even think about. Yeah, that's why I play for mods for now. Plus, mods allow things that aren't even in the base game. Like you got, what's a good example of that? I can add custom models. I can have locks so I don't accidentally throw my tools and stuff on the floor. I got custom clouds. I got custom skies, like all that stuff, I don't think that should be in the base game. Well, some of it, yes, but not everything I add necessarily needs or should be in the base game. It's just the way I like to play things. Having the ability to add mods allows people to play the game the way they want to play. I think that's a wonderful thing. I'm gonna pretend like that hole isn't here. Yeah, I pretty much only use quality of life mods. Either things that make the game more convenient to use, enhance the visual aspect, like hiding the crosshair, or upgrading how it looks. And then also there's a few things that just... Yeah, look at this, look at this. I can just look at this guy, he doesn't care. That's a cart pump. But like things that make the game easier to play. Like Lightmatica, no way I was going to be able to build with the same creative freedom in creative mode and survival without switching game modes, and I refuse to do that because I feel like that taints the I feel like taints the way I like to play it. So I'm not going to do that. But having, say, glad there was no creepers. Having, say, things like tall flower pots where you can put 2 tall flowers in decorated pots, that should just be a feature. Like, come on, that's so small. You should definitely be able to do that. Yeah, Sodium, there's a lot of client-side mods that will help improve the frame rate, and I think the people who do that, huge respect to them, but there's a ton of work that would have to be done to be able to implement that into the base game. Yeah, and Axiom's another one. Like, I tried Axiom. I really need to sit down and learn the program, because there's no way I'm going to be able to. Like, I haven't really used that mod to its full potential yet. When I download a mod pack, I usually download even more mods. Yep, that's usually how I play the game. I love making mod packs, so most of the mod packs I play are ones I've made. This one I've put together that has 150 mods for vanilla Minecraft. Create Mods World's Fair I didn't have any part in, but Revolutions, I loved putting that together. I usually have some end goal for what the mod pack should be, and that's just an amazing... to be able to build the game the way I like to play it. I think that's a super cool to be able to have the ability. So I usually play my own mod packs, but there's some exceptions, like Skybees. That's a great one that I have not made. Seen the Bedrock. Oh wait, unlock mod packs and then breaking it. Yeah, that's a lot of things. I have a lot of problems with mods too. I'm back a few versions of Fabric, and I have mods that I haven't updated because they're incompatible with other mods that haven't been updated. So the version I'm sitting at right now, I cannot move from, which is going to make updating to 1.21 so fun. Because not only do I have to wait for mods, some of them aren't going to get updated that I use on a regular basis. Like, I forget them specifically. There's one that upgrades horses. So I can do stuff like this. First of all, horses can float in water, but looking down makes them translucent, so I can actually see what's below me. Things like that. I don't think that's getting updated to 1.21, but I'm gonna miss it. But yeah, adding more and more mods. Particle Rain, that's another one. I think this is just Vanilla Rain though. Oh, that's why I came over here. Okay. Welcome back, Hacker Boy. For the replay mod showcase to depart. Basics mod showcase. Neat. Yeah, Modrinth is a great place. CurseForge great place to find that. Do create stuff with Axiom other mods. Wish it was compatible with create. Oh, I didn't know it wasn't. Well, good luck. I hope you are able to create the things you would like to create. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining in. It's nice to talk to you. Yeah, I need to look into Axiom. I've tampered with it, but the last time I tried using it, the game was buggy, and so I didn't want to deal with it. I can't remember what the problem was. I think I was getting lighting errors or something. Or maybe that was just copying and pasting massive forms of land with World Edit. I can't remember. There was something wrong with it. Some reason I decided that wasn't a good idea. Good luck. Lightmatica. So Lightmatica allows you to make selections. So I don't have my stick on me, but I think I can... Nah, I don't have it on me. So I can make like ghosts of like a big square, and then everything inside that square I can save as a schematic, and then I can load those schematic. For example, let's do the decked out chunk. For example, I can load... There we go. I can load the schematic, and it gives me a ghost. I can walk through all these blocks. They don't actually exist. But it tells me where the block should go. Like, this is how I got the thumbnail for the decked out video. I took a schematic of it, moved it into Minimator, and then I had this as like a 3D model. Oh wow, we are at 3.5 hours. That's crazy. Excuse me again. But yeah, you can do it layer by layer, so you can see each layer of the build. And it just makes building in creative way more accessible. Instead of switching between survival and creative, like logging out and logging back in between different save files, I can just have a schematic of the one individual build. And I don't have to remember where every block goes, because my memory's not great. I couldn't do that even if I wanted to. But yeah, it's just a really great tool for building. And a lot of creators, myself, and probably a lot of people who you watch on a regular basis who do building use it too. Good Times with Scar, though, does not. He refuses to. I respect him for that, but I can't do that myself. I think B-Dubs does. I know Tango does. Mumbo does, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember who all does, but a lot of people use it, and then they feel bad about using it because it's technically cheating, but I don't think it is, because you're still building it in survival, you're still getting all the resources yourself in survival. It just allows you to have it gives you a better way to remember what you were trying to do. So I don't think it's cheating, but a lot of people do. I'm not going to hide the fact that I use it. It's a wonderful tool, and I love that it exists. Yeah, it's a schematic mod. It's great. Yeah, we are at 3.5 hours. I think I am going to call it. I am super hungry. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and I need some food in my tummy. Plus, I'm tired. I do feel way better than I did when I was trying to build. I think I was trying to force it, and it wasn't working for me. Green has started not to? Interesting. That must be a huge change to have switched. Huh. It does feel like Green has been taking a step back from large-scale projects. Like, Season 6, Season 7, he was the center of Hermitcraft. Both because he was a newer player at the time, but also he made so many different storylines. Like, he started the Mycelium versus Grass War in Season 7. I haven't seen much of Season 6, but yeah, there's a ton of stuff. But yeah, seeing if he actually is switching away from Lightmatica, that's really interesting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate every one of you for tuning in. The conversations were lovely. Only a few people I didn't understand. Well, I guess one person I didn't understand, but hopefully it wasn't just a cat spamming on the keyboard. Anyway, have a wonderful day, you guys. Have a wonderful night wherever you are. See you all in the next video or the next stream. We'll see which one comes first.